Alright, sorry about that, guys. There were a little bit of technical issues there at the beginning. I don't think my commentary volume was actually registering there. But now we're good. X-Men Legends time. Let's get into the game. So those first couple minutes, they pretty much just didn't happen. And of course, this being an early 2000s PS2 game, the graphics aren't going to look fantastic. Whoops. Okay, I was hoping we wouldn't have any issues there. Alright, let's go with the first memory card because that one has the alternate skins unlocked, and I would rather go with a lot of those because those are the more classic X-Men skins that I'm used to. Of course, here you have Activision. You have, let's see, you have Marvel. We have Raven. We have Vicarious Visions. And last but not least, Softdeck. And these are the companies that, along with making the X-Men Legends games, these companies were also responsible for the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. So that's something that they also have under their belt. This was the first one to actually use that platform because this came out in 2004 and its sequel came out in 2005, while Ultimate Alliance came out in 2006 and the sequel to that game released in 2009. So this was the first game to really take that formula and expand it to what it is today. Oh, we have a little demo of the game playing right here. I'll let that play out. And of course I had to wear an appropriately themed hat for this. As you can see, it's got the X-Men symbol on the front of it there. It's a little difficult to see. And if I lean back here, I don't know how well you can see this. Here, I'll try to... I don't know how well you can see that. But up there you have for the original X-Men, you have Angel, Iceman, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. I can't tell if Beast is on that picture or not, but I don't think he is. So yeah, this is just a little demo of the game and showing off all of the different characters you can play. And although one of my gripes about this game is that the roster is very small compared to everything that came after it, this game only gives you... Technically there are 15 playable characters, but because of the one instance that you get to use Professor Xavier in, it should really only count as 14, because you only get to use Professor Xavier technically one time, and that's during an astral plane mission, which of course is, only where telepaths can enter. But we'll get into that later. Let's begin the story.
Today on RVN World News, we examine the growing mutant menace. It's a concern of worldwide proportions. This scene took place in Russia 2 weeks ago as a young mutant stood in defiance of the military. And in the Far East, the authorities attempted to quell an uprising at a mutant camp, but they had little success.
We interrupt this newscast with a breaking story. A young woman named Allison Cressmere was identified as a mutant. The Genetic Research and Security Organization is now responding to that report.
The
mob has
links
formed
here
and
in the
tempers are
Discord showing
flaring.
them live while this cutscene's playing.
Somebody help me! Mom! I'm not a mutant! I swear
Oh,
I'm not!
Mystique!
Grab the girl and get out of here!
And Blob. Oh, Wolverine's here. Of course, in his Ultimate X-Men look. As are a lot of the characters in this game. Oh, Wolverine's waking up.
Freeze, mutie!
Hey, bub, you should have called in sick today.
Alright, let's get this game started. And unlike the other games that came after this, you normally start the game as 4 characters. This time, it only starts you as 1 because there are so little characters in this game. It kind of spaces out when you actually get to use them. So you unlock a couple characters by completing the first few missions, and then you go a while without unlocking really any of the characters that are left. But they give them to you in a reasonable pace. You know, it doesn't give you everybody right away. You obviously have to work for it, or else that would make the game too easy. Because new games from probably, I would say 1999 to 2006 were known for being very difficult. Actually, I would extend that back here to 2005.
You ain't getting that.
Although there were games in 2006 that were definitely a challenge, but that was really the time where games really kicked it up a notch in terms of difficulty. Oh, I actually want to go back down here because... By the way, you want to break as many items as you can while you're playing this, because... Oops. Ooh.
Get over here, or I'm
You want to break as many items as you can, because more often than not, the breakable items will contain health and energy packs, and especially in the early stages of the game, health and energy packs are crucial. And these yellow collectibles that I'm collecting here, you see I have 83 of them now. These are what's known as tech bits. Tech bits can help purchase gear to make your characters better later in the game, but more importantly, at least in my book, they can be used to revive fallen X-Men whenever they, die in the field. And that's what makes these extremely useful. Although the further and further you go through the game, the more tech bits it will cost in order to revive them, and that's what makes them extremely, extremely valuable. So let's go behind here, because I'm proud to know that this little secret spot exists. And there are a couple secret spots like these in this level, actually. Some much easier to find than others. But let's follow Blob's footprints into West Manhattan. And whenever you have a loading screen, unless you're going into either a new place or a specific boss, then more often than not, the character that you're playing as or one of the characters on your team will be the character shown in the loading screen. And we have our first member of the Brotherhood here. We have Avalanche.
Am I playing too rough for you?
Oh, let's have a little respect for public transportation, man. And this is New York of all places. Yeah, Avalanche is somebody we won't have to deal with for a good while, and I'm personally not complaining about that because Avalanche is one of the most annoying enemies in the game. And trust me, there are a lot of those. Now, Wolverine is a character that you're going to see a lot of use of out of me. I'll go into why in a minute. First, I want to go over level ups, which, as you can see, I just did. So, you can see there's a little white bar that's barely white now because I just leveled up, but underneath my blue energy bar next to Wolverine's icon, you will see a white bar that is constantly increasing, and whenever it gets to the end of the line, it means I leveled up. And with level ups, I can increase certain abilities like the health, max energy, and increase the mutant powers. There's some gear that I can collect. I'll go into the level up tree right now so you can see what I mean. So as you can see here, we have Strike, which increases your attack, Agility increases your defense, Body increases your health, and Focus increases your energy. What I'm going to go with first, I would normally go with health on people, Body, but however, Wolverine's health is already pretty good. His Focus is the highest out of all of his numbers right now, so I'm going to bring his Striking up one. And one of the particular reasons I'm not too worried about health on Wolverine right now is because of this healing factor ability. And this is what makes Wolverine, in my opinion, the most crucial character in this game, because the more and more that you upgrade this ability, all it takes for you to kill a boss, essentially, is to get a couple strikes in his Wolverine, run around and heal for a minute, maybe two, and then run in and do a couple attacks, allow the rinse repeat that strategy. And more often than not, it really works. It may come off as kind of a cheap strategy, but it really will save your life in this game, because there are later parts of this game that can get very difficult, and having Wolverine as the meat shield and to kind of tank in most of the damage and then dish it back out is really what saved me here. So there are a couple of other secret places, like I was saying, that will give health and energy, and one of them is up here, although this is a lot easier to find than some of the other ones. And the characters in this game actually they don their appearances from the Ultimate X-Men books, so that's what you'll be seeing a lot of. Though for some of the characters, I've changed their skins up a little bit because they're skins that I much prefer in this game. Though not all characters have an unlockable skin. You'll see later, as we get further throughout the game, there are these things called flashbacks, which will pretty much have you set as a random team of X-Men during an event set in the X-Men Legends lore. And what will happen is, once you beat said mission and said flashback, you will receive that skin to swap into once you beat the game. And since I have beaten the game, since I've started a new file, the skins are available to me right away. So that's pretty good to know. Though I have to actually switch into them in order to actually have them appear.
Hey, Wolverine.
So we have Cyclops here.
What are you waiting for?
Oh! Oh no, it's Mystique!
What's going on here?
So, unlike the other games, which is actually kind of an interesting feature, instead of constantly having to press X to make the dialogue continue, it actually does it all by itself, which is a little relieving, but it also can kind of throw you off guard at the same time, especially if you're doing something like a Let's Play. You kind of just wait for them to continue, and then you wait for them to finish before hitting the button to continue. But if it does it by itself, sometimes it can throw you off guard a little bit. So we're just going to continue to follow Blob's trail here. And gear is also an important part of this game as well for multiple reasons. You can use it to increase the attributes of your characters, but more importantly, in my opinion, you can use the gear, and the gear can actually be sold to purchase tech bits, which, as I said before, can be used to revive fallen X-Men, which is crucial in later parts of the game because this game can get very difficult at points if you're not careful. And as you can see, the max amount of health packs and energy packs I can hold at the moment is 10. The further and further that you get throughout the game, the number increases. I believe the max that you can get is 25, don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the max number you can reach. Although in this game's sequel, X-Men Legends Rise of Apocalypse, the number that you can get is actually in the 50s, so it's considerably higher. Oh, we have our second member of the Brotherhood here. We have Pyro.
You're one of the mighty X-Men?
And Pyro is somebody that we'll deal with a little bit later. He's actually one of the first Brotherhood people that we fight in the game, but not quite yet. So as you can see, he blocked the way, so just like with Avalanche, we want to find another way around. And it's not too bad if I use health packs here, because I do know of where some will spawn in a little further in the map before we get to Mystique. So if you say, maybe I should save them, I know that there are some down the line, case in point, that I'll be able to pick up. And throwing objects can also help you as well. It can get you out of a couple of pinches, because throwing objects will stun your enemies for a couple seconds, which I know may not seem like much, but especially when you're in a tight jam, those couple seconds can be the difference between living and dying. So let's break this. Got some more tech bits. See, I told you there was some health up here. Now, there are some instances where you have to actually break parts of the environment like this to get through certain obstacles. You don't do that as much as you would think after this mission, though it does still come into effect at some points in later missions, just not to that same effect as what you just saw. So let's make a save here. Where do we want to save this? Just in case things go belly up against Mystique. Where should I go? We'll go here. Yeah, I have a lot of saved game files from this. The only thing is it does take a little bit to actually save, so that can be a tad annoying, especially to people who are maybe not the best at patience. Oh, I leveled up a second time.
Guess you didn't want a piece of me. Ain't no one standing in my way.
Alright, so before we face Mystique, let's level up again. Alright, let me just bring that computer forward a little bit there. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring up my striking one more, and then I'll bring up my focus a little bit, because like I said, with Wolverine, I'm not too focused about his health at the beginning because of the healing factor. Speaking of the healing factor, I would upgrade it again, but as you can see here, I can't. And the next time I can upgrade the healing factor is not until level 7, as you can see down there at the bottom. So for now, I'm going to upgrade my Brutal Slash, because that attack will get the most use out of me in this game, because that's often what I use as my lifesaver for all those tough boss fights. Wolverine's Brutal Slash, it has been my best friend throughout this whole game. So I'm glad that they start you off with somebody who can heal himself, because this game would be a little bit harder if that wasn't the case.
No, this cannot be.
Though as you saw, he doesn't heal himself automatically. He wouldn't be healing right now if I didn't purchase that upgrade. So you want to keep that in mind as well. Oh, what? I can't go there? Oh, that stinks. Okay, where's Raven? Alright, so use a couple of Brutal Slashes. There is one point where Mystique will turn into you, so that can make it a little challenging maybe to find out who's who, but because of the cursor, that's a way to get rid of that problem. Because of the red cursor that's on the enemies there, that kind of locks onto them once you're going to attack them.
I need more power to do that.
So see there, Mystique's you now. And last I checked, Wolverine doesn't use guns, so...
No power.
Alright, so see there, Mystique's beaten, no problem.
Wolverine. Someday.
You're done, darling.
Alright, so where's Blob taking the kid?
Where's
Oh yeah, I
Bob
forgot
taking
they actually
you?
voice it in this game. Whenever you click the dialogue prompt, they actually voice it. That's the only instance where this game actually does that. With the other 3 games, it actually...
We'll get her back, Mystique.
It doesn't actually have the characters voice it.
Every one of you Brotherhood psychos.
Though that's not the case for every dialogue prompt, it is for some of them.
What's so special about her?
The Crestmere child has her uses.
You always got some plan brewing, don't you, Mystique?
It's time to save Allison.
You'll never catch Blob.
Alright, so Mystique is down. Now Blob is the only foe we have left. As you can see there, since we're heading into Blob's territory, there's his loading screen. And one thing that this game I find often gets a lot of complaints for, especially for people that weren't fans of the X-Men movies, the original ones, they find that this game often... oh, there's the real Cyclops, by the way. They find that this game often relates too much to the movies and the feel that they gave, mainly because of the way that it looks. But a way that I would counter that argument is... these first couple missions, they feel like pretty much point to point what the X-Men 90s show was like for the first couple episodes of it, and you'll see that a little bit later as we go further and further throughout this mission, because for those of you who remember the X-Men 90s show, which had an amazing theme, I wish I would have started out the stream with that music. I'll make a note to do that next time. But one of the ways that the X-Men 90s shows started, the way that it began, it had Jubilee as one of its main characters, the pilot episode anyway. Oops, Cyclops just upgraded, let's do that. And what had happened was it had Cyclops being saved, or sorry, not Cyclops. Said Cyclops because I'm upgrading him. So it had Jubilee being saved by Rogue and Storm, Gambit, and some of the other ones. And the reason that I bring up the comparison is because it's pretty much a female protagonist that's brought in and saved by the X-Men, watches the X-Men do a couple action stunts, or, you know, go on to a couple of missions, and then said female protagonist ends up becoming an X-Man, and then one of the center parts of the show. Although the way that show did it, I didn't necessarily mind, because after Jubilee became a member of the team, it didn't make the whole rest of the show focused on her. You know, there were still points where it was focused on the other characters, because it needed to be. The show wasn't about Jubilee, it was about the X-Men, which was how it needed to be. However, what I don't like so much about this game is the fact that the story focuses a lot on Allison Cressmere, who you see right here. And I didn't like that so much because,
get this guy away from me.
One, not a whole lot of people know who Allison Cressmere even is, which you can argue that, you know, maybe this game was
Don't take another step closer,
get more people familiar with the character, but the game is called X-Men Legends. It's not called Magma Legends, and
this is gonna hurt you a lot more.
There's a lot of focus on Magma's character even after this mission. This isn't, you know, the last big point you see of Magma. There's a lot more of her to come, and I wasn't exactly thrilled about that. By the way, what you want to do here against Blob, as you can see under his life bar, are the words physical resistance. So, by that nature, someone like Wolverine or Colossus or Beast wouldn't be able to do much damage against him. However, someone with energy attacks, like Cyclops, Storm, Gambit, and others, would be able to do much more damage against him. So you want to stick with Cyclops in this fight. Since Wolverine is a self-healer, he can be used as kind of a meat shield and tank your damage. But you want to have Wolverine up close and personal and distracting him while you are shooting from the back. That's the best way to go about this. Use this strategy and Blob should be pretty easy to deal with.
Need more power to do that.
Alright, I see some energy packs over near where Blob is. I think Wolverine just picked it up though. Oh, nope, there's still one more. Wait, can Blob even get up here? Yeah, it looks like he's struggling a little bit there. Hey Freddy, you okay? Oh, nope, he can get up here. Okay, that answers that question. Let's grab that tech bit.
Combo!
Oh no!
Need more power to do that.
Okay.
You X-Men are such tiny, frail things.
Oh. Okay, so let's just shoot him some more from the back. And
Combo!
These beam attacks are doing a lot more damage than Wolverine's claws normally would. And the two characters you see me using right here, Wolverine and Cyclops, are actually two of the characters that are on my main team in this game. I mean, not only because, you know, they're the first two characters in the game that you get, so naturally they would have the most experience. They're just two of the best characters when put together. And I won't just stick with my main team all the way throughout the game. I will vary it up a little bit, but there aren't very many missions where you can experiment. And what I mean by experiment is, you know, you can kind of dab with which characters you may not know about. Try to pick your main team as early as you can, which I know may be a little difficult because you go through, you know, a majority of the game not having all the characters available to you, so you don't have a lot of options. But try to figure out who you want your main team to be as quick as you can, and then just stick all your experience and playtime to them. Because if you try to spread it out among everybody, then you'll get a lot of good characters, but no particularly great characters. So that's something you want to keep in mind.
Okay.
So let's go up here to the east rooftops. You can see we have a picture of Storm now. And this is her sporting her Ultimate X-Men look as well. Yeah, a lot of the Ultimate X-Men skins in this game, I think, look very good, but there are some that I really don't like, which you'll see later. So let's just save this data here. It does take a minute. That's definitely one thing that the later games with the same format improved upon, was not making the save time as long.
I will annihilate you!
So let's grab that gear. Yeah, these guys are pretty basic, so it doesn't take much to beat them.
Thanks for playing.
By tapping the right stick, or by pressing it rather, you can bring up a little mini-map, and then by pressing it again, you can bring the map to the center of your screen. Pressing it a third time will make the map disappear. I prefer to have it. That's just me, though.
Now I'm really ready for
So
a
I saw Wolverine level up, so let's go in there and see what he can do. Okay, he can... Okay, the Brutal Slash is no. Healing Factor, no. Sharpness, damage and destruction to claw attacks. Let's go with Critical Strike for now, because that's really the best option out of what we have. And I'll bring his striking up one, because like I said, I'm not too worried about his health. Although I probably will bring his focus up too, just so it doesn't take so little time for his power attacks to run out, because as I said before, the Brutal Slash will be your best friend throughout this game. So, look at how much damage it's doing to these guys. I mean, you'll be tearing through Sentinels once that thing is fully upgraded. In case any of you guys watching this don't know what Sentinels are, you will find that out later. So yeah, if you stick with Wolverine and Cyclops for this long, and whenever Wolverine levels up, you know that Cyclops won't be too far behind. And because you get them so close together,
Yeah.
and if you decide to stick with them, then that's kind of a good indicator as to when they're going to level up.
I'm on it.
So let's knock out this Insurgent.
Next.
Alright, I think there's something over here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's just health. Alright, so let's break this, see if there's anything here. There's health backs in a lot of these, but I don't happen to need them at the moment. Though, like I said, you want to break objects as much as you can, because you never know what can be inside them. Especially in these older games. Breaking things and hidden collectibles will help you out quite a bit.
Stopping me now.
So Cyclops just got his level 3. Let's see, let's get his striking up 1, and let's get his optic beam up 1.
Right.
Yes.
Got it.
Snag these tech bits. Let's have
Yes.
Cyclops lead. Heading out of the north rooftops. And there are some points when I'm playing this game that I do feel like part of the 90s X-Men show, particularly because of the costumes that I happen to be using at the time, which you will see later. Some of the X-Men do have their 80s and 90s looks in this game. Some of them even have their 70s look, those that were around at that time anyway. Because, you know, the original X-Men being Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Angel, and Iceman, they have got their classic suits, actually, from the 60s when they first started. And then people that came in later, like Storm, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Rogue, they have got their suits from when they came in as well. Although Rogue came in a lot later than the rest of them, so Actually, Rogue does not have any unlockable skins in this game as far as I remember. Rogue is one of the few that does not, along with... I know for a fact that Jubilee does not. I can't say the same for other characters.
The game's over, X-Men.
Rogue and Jubilee are ones right away that I know don't.
Keep trying.
There is one thing that you cannot do in this game that you can do in the other ones, which definitely helped. There is no block button in this game, which makes it increasingly difficult than the other ones because blocking, especially attacks from bosses, will get you out of a lot of bad situations. You can throw enemies in this game, which is definitely a helpful feature, but there is no ability to block them, and because of the lack of a block ability, it means there's also the lack of a roll ability, which is also another strategy that was used in the
Say goodnight, Bob.
future games to get you out of bad situations.
The game's over, X-Men.
Alright, so that's everything done for these guys. I'm pretty sure that we are done as far as enemies are concerned now. Yep, so I say let's get out of here. Alright, so that's the first mission done and out of the way.
Why is all this happening to me?
Allison, it's okay.
Things were fine until last week. I got mad at my little brother and suddenly the ground started to shake. I knew it was my fault, but I didn't want to admit it.
Your powers are becoming active, which...
Things have only gotten worse. That lava in the street?
And yeah, as you can see, the graphics in this game aren't amazing, but they are still pretty decent for 2004.
She was gonna make me join something called the Brotherhood.
And they did get better in the second game.
Anytime!
Allison, you couldn't be in safer hands. We're the X-Men.
And whenever you come back to the Institute after a mission, you'll get this same cutscene every time. I'll let it play out just now so you can get an overview of it, but I won't play it every time. And of course, as you can see there, we have Professor X.
Professor Xavier, I'd like you to meet
I'll just
Allison
let the
Crestmere.
dialogue play out here.
Hello, Allison. Welcome to the Institute. How are you?
A little confused, but I'm okay.
That's understandable. Perhaps Jean could take you on a tour of the mansion. Or would you prefer that I show you the true purpose of the Institute in the sub-basement?
Let's ask him some questions first. Why was I brought here?
Why was I brought here?
You were brought here for your own protection. The people who attacked you in New York City were members of the Brotherhood of Mutants. They can be extremely dangerous.
So they could come after me again?
Perhaps. Which is why it would be best for you to stay at the mansion, at least until we determine exactly why the Brotherhood attempted to kidnap you.
And this, of course, is Patrick Stewart reprising his role as Professor Xavier in this game, as well as X-Men Legends 2 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So, are you the leader of the X-Men?
Are you the leader of the X-Men?
I prefer to think of myself as their mentor. I leave team leadership to Cyclops or Storm.
But you brought them together, right?
Yes. I started with Cyclops and several others. As time passed, I found more mutants who were capable of handling the responsibilities of being an X-Man.
So, let's ask him who the Brotherhood is.
Who's the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is an unruly collection of mutants who consider themselves above humanity. They operate outside the law and use their abilities to further their misguided desires.
But what do they want?
They've labeled themselves Homo Superior and believe they will inherit the Earth, but they are far from meek.
Alright, so I'll just do this thing here. I'll just give you a little bit of the tour, because it will save a lot of dialogue from Jean. I'll actually...
Welcome.
Actually, here, let's,
If you're done with the tour...
Oh, no, I didn't want to talk to her. Wait, you're not going to keep following me, are you? Okay, I guess she's going to keep following me. So, this is pretty much their living room area. This is a classroom. These things that you see here, these are what's known as transport tubes, but they're hidden right now. So you can't actually access them. Xavier will tell you a little bit about that later. You have a library area here. Out there in the back is a lawn with a pool, but you can't actually access it yet. I believe after the second mission you can access that area. And then here's a front lawn area with the front of the Institute. You can never actually go out here, so even though it says currently inaccessible, but check back again soon, you can never actually go into this area, which is a little upsetting, because it honestly, I mean, what's the point of even addressing it? Because if you choose to go on Jean's quote-unquote tour, then she brings up the area, but there's really no point because you can never go there. You go there twice in a mission, but that's it. So this is like a day room area. It's got a pool table. It's got a furnace here. It's got a couch and a TV and a dining room area. Actually, here I'll do this part later because of reasons that I'll explain in a minute. So I'll go ahead and take the sub-basement tour for now.
Hello.
So I'll have him take you on this
indeed.
tour, and well, I'll explore on my own and tell you guys what the different rooms are, just so we can save time. The reason I'm skipping all the tours is so I can go ahead and talk to the X-Men members, and then because you actually have to talk to the X-Men that are around the Institute in order to unlock them for play.
This is the...
Alright, so I'll tell you guys what this whole area is about. These are the whole transport tubes that I brought up a second ago. These are hidden tubes to get to the second floor. You can see here, this is the medical bay, where there's actually a free health and energy pack, so I'm going to go ahead and snag that. At least there will be at one point. I guess it's not here right now. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and talk to Jean.
Hello, Allison. Yes, I'm just exploring. So you and Cyclops are an item, huh?
It was a long time coming, but yes. Eventually we managed to get together.
And then they keep going on and off and on and off and on and off, and it's almost funny.
There'd be no surprises.
Oh, I would never read a person's mind unless I was given permission. But because of my powers, Scott and I have developed a permanent psychic bond.
A psychic bond?
Anywhere I go, I can always feel his presence, just as he can feel mine. I guess you'd say we're soulmates.
What's that beam that shoots out of Cyclops' eyes?
It's called an optic blast, and it's powerful enough to punch a hole through carbon steel.
Where does the energy come from?
Scott's body absorbs solar energy and converts it into power for the beam.
Why does Cyclops always wear those glasses?
Except you never actually
As
see
a
him
child,
wear the glasses
Scott
in the
was
game,
an accident
which is kind of
that
the funny
damaged
part.
his ability to control his optic energy. As a result, his optic beam is constantly active. The only way he can shut it off is to close his eyes.
So his power's kinda stuck in permanent on mode.
Yes. Fortunately, Professor X created a visor with ruby quartz lenses that block the beam. That way Scott can open his eyes without destroying everything in sight. But
Regrettably, I'll never get to see his eyes because of it.
Even though she does in a couple iterations.
I should... Anytime.
Including X-Men Evolution, the X-Men 90s show, and even that terrible X-Men Last Stand movie. And in the just as terrible X-Men Apocalypse movie. So this is where you can review enemy bios. The more enemies that you beat here, the more that will come available. So you can see Mystique and the Blob. These are the only two big characters that we've beaten right now. This area works as a brig, which will actually come in handy later for... it's pretty much a prison cell, even though they say flat out in the game, oh no, this isn't a prison. That's pretty much what it is down here. So Jean was our first X-Men that we talked to, and here is our second. We have Hank McCoy, Beast.
Huh?
I'm sorry, miss. My sincerest apologies if I frightened you.
So...
Are you...
Yes, this is Hank McCoy.
Hank McCoy?
This is Beast.
Yes, indeed. Although my code name is Beast, for obvious reasons, I didn't always look
Yeah,
like
there are a
this.
couple of different
My
iterations as to
animalistic
how
appearance is due to
his
a
body
further
actually
genetic
became the
mutation.
animalistic way that it is.
Aren't you
One of the most
Allison
interesting
Preston?
ones was in the
The young
X-Men
lady they
Evolution show
aided
that they
at New York
did,
today.
to where the beast inside of him was kind of fighting to come
Sure,
out,
everyone's heard of
and
me.
then
I'm the
he
freak
was able to
that turned
hold
a
it
mini
back
mall into mini pom
because of
pom.
a serum that he created, but then he came relying
Allison,
on the
my
serum.
dear, you are
Then
most certainly not
when
a
he
freak.
took the experiment a
You are
little too
mutant,
far, that ended up bringing
just
the
as I
beast
am.
fully out.
Since you're a scientist, could you explain to me exactly what a mutant is?
It would be my pleasure. You see,
So,
Mother Nature has a way of
in case any of
changing
you
life
guys aren't
forms.
really getting this, I
Connecting
can
with them
just
to
pretty much
see
dumb it
what
down. A
would better
mutant is
help
pretty
the
much somebody
species
that's
to thrive
born
in its
with their
environment.
abilities, even if they don't exactly,
evolution.
you know,
Like
spark
what
at the
Darwin
moment of
wrote
birth,
about.
which not a lot of
Very
X-Men had
good,
that.
Allison.
But
Correct. And recently, evolution
no, it's
has
gone past
decided.
that.
The people in New York didn't think it was a...
So yeah, mutants are born with their abilities. They don't get them in accidents like Spider-Man did. Not in a bottle like Captain America did, although he's got more powers than that, obviously. Well, not powers by the definition of superpowers, but, you know, inner moral character and all that jazz. So here is actually the Hangar Bay, and this area doesn't hold too much importance, though it will later. So you can see here the X-Jet. You can't actually go in it, but, I mean, it's good size for, you know, just being a model in a room. As you can see here, whenever you try to enter it, you just meet an invisible wall. So these were the only people that we really needed to talk to down here. But I'll just show you guys the other rooms. There aren't that many left. And as you can see, the style of the sub-basement kind of matches that of the X-Men movies. Which, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because not... Yes, I understand the movies received a lot of criticism, but they're not all bad. I went back and watched the first one recently, and I had more problems with that one than I actually realized. But the second movie is still a great movie, and I still enjoy it to this day. So here we can contact Forge.
Hello, my friends.
Oh,
So this is pretty much the only time in the game that you get to do this. This is just one of the objectives that we have, so I'll skim through it.
who are you?
Oh. So we'll just go through that. Once we begin our next mission, any tech bits that we collect, any gear that we collect, we can sell to Forge. And we can also buy and sell gear to him, so he works as our vendor in this game, and he's not the only one either. So this is the danger room area where you can train and hone your abilities. I'll snag this disc while I'm here. And one last room. I wanted to save this one for last because in my opinion, in terms of design, it looks the best. Cerebro. You can't actually do anything in here because, you know, Magma's the only character you can be in this room as. So you can't come in here as a telepath. This room is purely for aesthetic purposes, but I think they nailed the design of Cerebro in this. And it does look similar to that of the movies, but as I said, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. So let's go up and talk to the other X-Men. There are 3 more in the other parts of the mansion that we have to talk to. One is in the dormitories, so I'll go ahead and take care of that one. And if you were to take Jean's tour up here, then what it would pretty much be is her just giving you a rundown of, you know, who each room belongs to and what type of character they are. I'll just show you a little bit. This room in here is Beast, you can tell because of all the books and the chalkboard. This room here is actually Jean's. Actually, no, correction, this is actually your character's room. This is Allison's, or as she will be later called, Magma. This is Jean's. That's why it threw me off, because they look so similar. The indication that it's Magma is because, you know, it says examine your suitcase. So the suitcase is kind of an indicator there. This room here belongs to, let me see if I can turn this. This is Cyclops' room. A good indicator of that is the dumbbells. You can tell which room is his. And there's also a picture of Jean in there. And then on this side, let me snag, I believe there's another disc over here, or at least there will be later at some point. I have to remember to go back there later. This is Rogue's room, you can tell because of all the bright colors here. This is Storm's room. You can tell obviously because Storm is standing here. So I just wanted to go ahead and talk to her, so now we can use her. This is Iceman's room, you can tell because of all the bikini pictures. This one is Wolverine's. The Canadian flag is a good indicator of that. Those of you who don't know, Wolverine is Canadian. And then this last one is Colossus. So a place to tell that is, you can see this is his easel, and this is where you view any comic books that you collect while you're out on missions. So let's take a transport tube down to the ground floor and talk to the last 2 X-Men that we have. Then we can begin our next mission. Oh, there's one right now. How about that? Bobby Drake.
Wow.
Yes, Iceman is one of the characters that I will be using a lot in this game. Because his ability to slow down enemies will be a lifesaver. And lastly, we have Rogue.
Hey. That's right.
And they got Rogue's character pretty close to her comic
absorb
counterpart in this game, as well as her part from the 90s. Because that's one character that I really wasn't a fan of how they portrayed in the movies was Rogue. Because the whole Mississippi accent.
I never thought of that.
Once, I bumped
The whole
into
southern
Nightcrawler and I
part
was
of
blue for
her,
a
that
week.
was part of a charm of her character. That entire aspect in the movies was gone. And that was part of the things that made Rogue really enjoyable, because she was different in that way. And I don't know, I wasn't a fan of how the movies handled Rogue. I mean, also her ability to fly, you know, because of touching Miss Marvel, was also not there at all. And there's honestly one problem that I've had with a lot of the X-Men movies. It seems like with almost every movie, it's not so much an X-Men movie, it's not so much about the X-Men, it's about them becoming the X-Men. It's like they're building a team every single movie, and especially the new movies, I was hoping that they would, you know, trend away from that, but they didn't. And what I mean by that is, for example, in First Class, you know, that was Xavier's first class. I thought that was fine. It worked, because, you know, you're forming a team. It's a new cast. With the Days of Future Past, you were obviously expecting a little bit of a smaller roster because of how First Class finished. But then in Apocalypse, you know, you thought, alright, okay, Apocalypse is here. Let's start off with the X-Men. Apocalypse starts, and the team is gone again. Let's make sure I did everything. I already talked to all the various X-Men, so we can go ahead and start now. Let's see, I talked to Beast, talked to Storm, talked to Jean, talked to Bobby, and talked to Rogue. I'm good.
Attention, X-Men. Meet me in the war room immediately.
So that was one of the problems I had with that, is the fact that they were forming a team every single movie, and then I'm hoping with this new Dark Phoenix movie that I'm scared that it's going to be just X-Men 3 with a younger cast, and I
With the
pray
aid
that's
of
not
Cerebro,
it.
I've learned the
Because it seems like
Brotherhood's
they're
en
actually
route to
getting
Alaska.
both the
It appears their destination is the facility
appearance
for the
and
high-frequency
the
active
actual
auroral
team
research
formation
program,
of
also
the
known simply
X-Men
as
right for once,
HARP.
but I feel like everything
Well, but the
else
Brotherhood wanted harm.
is going to be
All that
sacrificed
facility does
because
is
of that.
study the ionosphere.
That Cyclops is what you must discover. The Brotherhood has become extremely active since their attack on Allison, which can only mean something sinister is in the offing. And whatever their plan, we must thwart it before they can set back the cause of human-mutant relations.
The HARP facility,
And there's one of the characters that
This be an
is playable in
excellent
this game,
opportunity
though
to
not
test the new
playable
cloaking
in
device I've
X-Men
installed
Legends
on the
2.
X-Jet. It should render us completely undetectable to radar.
Excellent, Beast. You have your mission, X-Men.
Yeah, so for
Godspeed.
the beginning of X-Men 2, Beast actually works as your Forge-style character, as your vendor. But then, as you'll see in that game, because I actually plan on streaming that game after this one, because I actually do prefer that game, because I honestly think it's just a better game. It's got a better story, a much wider variety of characters to pick from, and it's got some better bosses. I really like the plot a lot better than I do in this game. And actually, the team I was going to use for this game is actually already picked out for me, so that's convenient. I want to switch up their skins a little bit. You have Wolverine's Weapon X look. You have his 80s look, which I'm going to keep there. Storm, I always liked this outfit for her, because she only has 2 in this game, and I like this one more. Cyclops has got a couple. This is his original one from the 60s. I'm going to stick with this one, though, the classic, because I really do like that. This is what he looked like in the Pride of the X-Men show. So, if any of you guys are familiar with that show, then that's something you can compare it to. And with Iceman, I'm going to bring him into his 60s costume.
Iceman.
As you can see there. Let's upgrade these guys a little bit before sending them out. Storm definitely needs... Actually, I'm going to bring up Storm Striking. Because it's so low, I want to go ahead and bring it up. Seriously? What level does this require? It doesn't actually say. Oh, level 3. What can we go with? I guess we'll go with Flight. Yeah, Flight's one I want to go ahead and get as soon as I can. Iceman, again, I'll get all his striking because it's really low. Ice Tracks. I'll go ahead and get the Ice Tracks because that's another one that I need to go ahead and get out of the way. And this is actually my main team in this game. These are the 4 characters that I like using the most, and just the 4 characters that I think abilities work best together. Especially with Cyclops and Storm, you get this thing called a leadership bonus whenever you use one of these characters. And having both of them will double the bonus, so I think that also works out. And also, they have great abilities by themselves, so that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind. So I'm thinking maybe we can get through 2 missions today. Maybe. I'm lucky. I know we can definitely get through 1. And maybe can get through 2, but I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. Right. So we'll go ahead and put out that fire with Iceman. Now, one of the reasons why I say that this team is one of the best teams to go with, and a team that I would recommend for almost any situation, is because it has Wolverine, who is a self-healer, and also a physical character, which will help against the energy-resistant characters. Sorry, the energy-resistant enemies, which there are several of in this game, particularly in this level and the next. It has Cyclops, who has both the leadership bonus and ranged optic attacks. And, you know, the higher you upgrade those, the more precise the attacks will be. It also has Storm, who, like Cyclops, has leadership bonus, but Storm also has the elemental abilities, which will help against the physical resistant characters, and sometimes the energy resistant characters if you use the right attack. And you have Iceman, who can slow enemies down with the freeze beam, and can also make bridges. There are only 3 characters in this game that can actually make bridges, and that is Magma, Iceman, and Jean Grey. Magma we have not unlocked for free play yet, and Jean, in my opinion, is just not a good character to use in this game.
Heads up!
So I will be refraining from using her as often as I can. Though there's one flashback mission that does require you to have her on your team, and I'll just deal with that when it gets here. We may actually see that in the stream now that I think about it.
No wonder the ladies love me.
So in order to get through to the next place, we have to destroy these red generators, and there's one across the snow, so we'll go ahead and go to it.
Take your bad, beauty!
Help! I'm fading fast!
It's a good thing I collected a lot of health packets there. But yeah, in the game, your health goes down quick. You can't take a whole lot of hits. So that is definitely one thing you have to watch out for.
You ain't getting nothing.
So Scott, destroy that for
Will
me.
do.
Or just completely miss. Really? You're that close to it? Scott, I thought you were a leader. Come on, man. Oh, and one special move in this game that I will actually show when we get to a later point. There is the famous move from the comics in this game, the Wolverine Fastball Special, which can be used with Wolverine and any strong character. So Beast, Colossus, and Rogue can all do this. If they stand next to Wolverine and press the square button, or X if you're on Xbox, then they will pick up Wolverine and hurl him at an enemy. And that game is also, that feature is also in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game as well. Though I do not know if it's in X-Men Legends 2 or Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I don't believe so, but don't quote me on that.
You ain't getting nothing.
Cyclops and Iceman both just leveled up. And Storm is pretty close. Wolverine just leveled up to level 5.
Will do.
So let's go ahead and get Storm to level 3.
Will do.
With Iceman.
Okay. Right.
Good thing we went ahead and got Storm's flight ability up.
Take your bad, beauty!
Clam, thank you for the host. So let's go ahead and get her ability up there too, because as I said, and as you can plainly see, at the beginning of the game they will drain your health very, very quickly, so you do want to be careful and try not to get surrounded. So there's Storm's level up. Now that everyone has went up a level, let's up their abilities a little bit. So for Storm, I want to bring her body up one, because her striking, while important, her elemental attacks are things you want to focus on a lot more. That's why I'm going to bring up her lightning strike with Wolverine. I'll keep his numbers even, so I'll bring up... Oh, I have 2 of them. I didn't even realize that. We have 2 upgrade points, so I'll attack both of them. Actually, I won't do that yet. I'm going to go ahead and unlock the Claw Flurry ability, because these ones that are outlined in yellow here, it costs 2 upgrade points to unlock all of them. And then once you have unlocked the red square, it only costs 1 point to attach it, to fill in the other 4. But to get the first one with the yellow outline, it costs 2 points, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and unlock that now, because that's another useful ability. Cyclops, let's bring his body up one. The optic beam cannot go up any, so let's get his leadership up. You want to get the leadership up as quick as you can, because with both Cyclops and Storm, if they have a high leadership together, then the attacks will be devastating. And I believe that's everybody, so let's go back.
Fantastic!
Combo!
Got it.
You're going down!
Alright, so yeah, there's not very many generators left. You can actually go into the next area, until you get the generators here, so in case you ever get lost for an objective, know that you're at least somewhat in the right place, because it won't let you go onto another place until you fulfill your objective.
Heads up, people!
So you at least know that it's not located in a different area.
You weren't so tough.
All right.
Let's test out the claw flurry, see how it works.
Combo!
It isn't exactly the greatest right now, but once it gets upgraded, it'll be a lot better.
Heads up, people!
Like I said, break as many objects as you can, because you never know what could be inside them.
Incoming! X-Men, get over here or I'm toast!
Whoa! Whoa! Alright, Iceman's down already. Okay, we don't need Wolverine down.
All right.
Like I said, this game will seriously kick your butt if you're not careful.
We got it coming!
Will do.
Alright, and Wolverine will
Got it.
regenerate health on his own, so... Actually, where are we right now? Are we in the bridge? So, I know there is a save point here. Yep! Like I said. Let's jump over here and snag this comet.
Take your bad, Mutie.
Storm, let's have you fly up here.
Will do.
It'll be simpler. So let's go here into the team so we can bring back Iceman. And as you can see here right now, it only costs 200 tech bits to revive him, but the further and further you get throughout the game, it will cost a lot more. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's go ahead and save here just in case things go wrong. Because this is one of the stages that things can go wrong very quickly if you do get surrounded, so that's one thing you want to keep in mind.
Right.
Alright, so we have the last generator up ahead. Actually, right there.
Will do.
Storm, if you would not mind. Right, she'll make her way up here eventually. And thank you guys for everyone that's just coming in to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. I greatly appreciate the viewership.
Let's see what you got. Combo!
So, what you want to do against these tanks, first before you attack any of the soldiers, you want to get up here and destroy this gun at the top as fast as you can, because if you don't destroy it as soon as you can, then it will take your team out very fast
Heads up,
and
people.
very violently. Wolverine is the best one to do that because he can take the beating a lot better than the other characters. And everyone else just received their level up. Wolverine is pretty close to getting his, so we'll attack the next couple enemies with him. Cyclops, get out of the way. Alright, so I believe that's everything for here. Let's head to, I believe this is the Outer Grounds. Oh, look at my memory. How about that? Alright, so let's go ahead and upgrade everybody else, and then when Wolverine gets his upgrade, we'll go ahead and take care of him. Actually, I'm curious what everybody is right now for level status. I'm pretty sure Storm and Iceman are in the exact same place. Yeah, they're both at level 4.
Yes.
Cyclops just got his level 5.
Okay.
So, let's go in here and see what we can do to their abilities. Storm, we'll bring her striking up 1 just to get it even with the others. Well, closer to even with the others anyway. Yes, the Lightning Fury. I want that as soon as I can, because that will really help Storm's melee attacks and actually make them useful. Okay, optic beam. This is tough. This is tough, it really is. I don't... Oh, I can only do one of those. So I'll go ahead and do the optic sweep. I'll try to refrain from using that ability as much as I can in the start, because it's not great at the start, but the more that you upgrade it, and especially once you get to the optic slam, then it really does become good. Is it better to set manual or use auto? It's a lot better to set it manually, actually, because sometimes the way that it works, if you set auto, it'll just go down a list here, and whenever you get the level up points, it'll just attach it to whichever one is next, and that could not be the one that you end up wanting or the one that'll prove most useful. So doing it by yourself is a lot better. And for Iceman, we will use the Cold Smash. I believe that's everybody. Yep. Oh, wait. Nope. Cyclops still has something. Alright, you can tell if someone's not fully upgraded if you can see, look at Cyclops' icon there, the little DNA strand that's around his feet. If someone has that icon around their lower body, that means that they still have an upgrade point to use. So, that's a good indicator. We'll go ahead and get his striking up there, and then we'll bring up his health on the next one. Speaking of bringing up health, does anyone need that?
You bet.
Nope.
Right. Got it.
Alright, Cyclops should go for that.
Combo!
So just attack these guys from far away. Be careful with the grenades, because they can do quite a bit of damage, especially early on.
Need more power to do that.
Combo!
Okay.
And then the combos, as you saw there on the screen, they add more damage. Depending on how powerful the combo is, the more damage they will add. So that's another feature. You can't exactly calculate when that's going to happen, because because of the way the AI is programmed, it'll attack really whatever it wants to at a different time.
Got it.
So you can't exactly calculate when the AI is going to attack something in order to combo with them. So that is one flawed aspect a little bit, though it doesn't really take away from the game all that much. Luckily it worked out there, though. Alright, there's a Wolverine level up there. Let's see what we can do with him. I'll bring his striking up to 10. What do we want to do for him? We'll go ahead and bring up the Brutal Slash 1. Actually, what? When can I bring up his healing factor? Level 7. Alright, well I'm one level away from that, so that's good to know.
Heads up, people!
Combo!
Time you freaks learn a lesson.
One of the things that I'm upset that this game doesn't have is the ability to block, because that's one thing that made the previous games in their tough spots a whole lot easier, was the ability to block attacks, which also gave you the ability to roll in addition to that. This ability, your best hope... Wolverine, no, get away from the ledge. Please get away from the ledge. You can throw enemies off the ledge, but then it sort of becomes like a Breaking Dawn 2 situation, to where you can throw enemies off the ledge, but then you yourself can fall down the ledge. I'm not sure why I referenced that movie, it was just the first thing that came to mind. Alright, so because they have destroyed the bridge, you don't want to go down there, because down there is certain death. Oh, Stormy almost made it up. Okay, good, thank you. Alright, combined powers, so let's go over here to go around. Your Wolverine, you lead the charge.
Got it.
So that way, if anything jumps out and surprises us, you can take the beating better than anyone else. I was gonna say, please no one fall off those train tracks. Someone grab that health.
All right.
Iceman, get down here.
Will
Get
do.
this fire out. Please don't get stuck behind the tree. Trying to put that fire out. There we go. Not sure how that guy wasn't being burned alive.
Combo!
Keep trying.
So that's 2 out of 6 Transformers gone. Alright, so let's use the skate to get over here.
All right.
So Iceman and Storm has got their level up. Cyclops is moderately close to his.
I'm on it.
See what we can do for them. Let's bring her striking up 1 and then her health up 1. The Whirlwind is, in my opinion, not that great of an ability, so I won't be spending points on that unless I have nothing else to spend it on. The lightning attacks are what makes Storm a better character. You really don't need much else with her. So, as you can see, that red arrow on the end of the map there is indicating where your next area is. So let's head towards the inner grounds. Alright, so since we're at a save point, let's go ahead and save here. I believe this is our last one before we actually enter the HARP facility, so that's good to know. Okay, Storm, let's have you fly up here.
Think you're bad, Mutie?
So that's 4 gone, and then there's 2 more in this map.
Next time.
See, now that I've done the Lightning Fury upgrade for Storm, now all of her melee attacks have a lightning damage bonus added to them, which makes her melee attacks actually pretty useful. Same thing for Iceman and the Cold Crush upgrade.
I'm on it.
Look out!
Oh boy.
Combo!
Alright, so let's break into these boxes.
You're going down.
Combo!
So let's get rid of these guys, grab that gear.
Don't have enough power.
Hey Ben, how's it going? How we doing today? Yeah, these HARP soldiers really aren't that big of a threat. There isn't really anything that will damage your guys too much in the earlier stages. Although you will find that there are more stages with characters like you saw in the first stage where they will be either physically resistant to your attacks or energy resistant to your attacks, which is why I have a kind of a varied team and I don't have one that's just all physical or all energy.
Guess you didn't want a piece of me.
Because I want to be prepared for any type of enemy. Storm, fly up here, please. One thing that does suck, one thing that the other games definitely didn't have, is the fact that it costs stamina.
Assistance would be
energy
greatly
in order to
appreciated.
fly. I don't know why they really included that, because that would mean you would only get to fly for a couple seconds, and you really didn't get to scope out territories. Because the last thing you want to do in a game like this is run in blind. But unfortunately, it forced you to do that. Now, this is the only game where you actually spend energy in doing that, because in the other ones, you can fly for as long as you want without consequence. Alright, so now they're bringing out another one of those tanks. It's a good thing I have Wolverine with me. Alright, these things here, don't hit them because they are bombs, and as you would imagine, they would do a lot of damage to your characters if you hit them. Iceman, if you could not hit the bomb, like I was just saying. Of course he hits the bomb, though. Let's put out that fire. Because I know that there's a disc over here, and I want to snag it.
Look out!
Really the only reason to do big character mission discs, if it's a character that you use a lot, then you can get in practice with them. But if it's a character you don't use a lot, then really the only reason to do the disc at that point is to gain health and energy packs, which will carry over to your real-world file. So that is something that you do want to keep in mind, is that anything you earn in the danger room in terms of health and energy packs will carry over to your actual team in the field.
Got it.
So let's head over here now. This is the last thing standing in between us and the actual facility, so Bobby, if you would. Now, Logan, you're up.
Right.
Because like I said, Logan can take the beating better than anyone else, so just get behind the gun. Exactly have energy packs, so I gotta use normal punches and kicks for now. Grenades can't exactly do anything to you up here, so you don't have to worry about them either.
Incoming!
Scott, can you help me out?
I'm on it.
Oh, and not get glitched on Wolverine, please. Oh boy.
Excellent.
Get off.
Give me a hand
Get off.
here.
Alright, you guys take care of him. There we go, that's the gun gone.
You bet. Right.
Oh, there's the energy pack. Couldn't it come sooner? Alright, that is everyone gone, and hadn't even blow up any of the bombs. How about that? Alright, before we... Stop it! Oh my god, stop it. I don't want to go in yet! Okay, fine. If I go in, will that make you feel better? It won't even let you say no, so I don't know why the no option is there. Like, the second you click no, the option just comes back up. Alright, so once I get in here, I need to see if anybody needs health. Though I don't believe there are any enemies in this first room.
Alright.
Okay, Scott.
You bet.
And Wolverine will heal on his own.
On it.
So unless you're in serious trouble, try not to waste any health packs on him, because more often than not, he won't need them. So that's definitely something that you don't have to worry about there. So spend your health packs on the other characters. And then for energy, like I was saying before, any of your characters can regenerate energy. It's only Wolverine who can regenerate both. Wait, let me just make sure of one quick thing. Let's visit Forge quickly and sell a lot of that gear I picked up. So just sell all that so I can amass a fortune of tech bits. I don't really need to save after that. So that way if anything messes up, then I'll end up back here. And if any characters die, I just have to come back here and revive them.
No good.
Alright, Cyclops below the wall.
Alright.
Please? Thank you. Yeah, once his optic sweep gets, see, it's fine now, but against the tougher enemies, you definitely want to have it upgraded, because it will do little to no damage against them. Now, the beam is all around a great attack. It really doesn't have a weak point. Yeah, there's really no time where the beam isn't useful. So that's something you want to always be upgrading.
Take your time. I've got all day.
Nope. Jump out of the way of that. Oh, we got a physical resistant character here. Cyclops, you are up. Is that an energy? Storm, your turn.
Will do.
So you can see how much damage the attacks by Storm and Cyclops did to him. Now, if I were to do that with a physical character like Wolverine or Colossus, then it would have done little to no damage to him. And vice versa with characters that are energy resistant, characters like Wolverine, like Cyclops and Storm and Gambit and others wouldn't be able to do a whole lot to them, whereas people that are more physical, like Beast and Wolverine and Nightcrawler, would be able to do a lot more to them. Oh! I saw the bomb, but then he moved. I was hoping I would knock him into it. Okay, Storm leveled up. That's good.
Combo!
And your characters leveling up can also save you in some pinches, because whenever they level up, they automatically regain all of their health and energy, which has been the difference between living and dying for me in this game several times. I mean, you don't want to rely on level ups. Whenever they save you, I definitely won't complain. Hope he's physical. Cyclops, you're up.
Combo!
He dodged. See, they can roll, why can't I? And whenever they have that green little aura around them, that's a pretty good indicator that they're bound to drop a lot of good items. So, just something else to be on the lookout for.
Look out!
Alright, Iceman.
Okay.
Combo!
So, the basic combos in this game that you have, you have XX Circle, which is a pop-up, you have X Circle X, which is a trip, and then you have XXX, which is just an uppercut combo. Then you have Circle Circle, which is your kit combo. You can't really tap Circle 3 times because it doesn't do anything, but you can do Circle Circle X, Circle X Circle, which is kind of a gut punch attack. And that sometimes works, although I wouldn't recommend using that too much, just throwing one in every now and again. Oh, I just see that we have a level up. It was Storm, I believe. So let's go ahead and take that. Actually, let's get her. Yeah, her striking is fine. Leadership. Let's get Storm's leadership up as soon as we can. Okay, Cyclops leveled up too. We'll get his health up. We'll get his optic beam up as well. And did Iceman level up? He did. How about that? So we'll bring his striking up one and his body up one, because the maximum health increase is definitely not something I'll say no to. The ice shards I am going to do, just not right now. I need the freeze beam to be a little more potent. And the cold smash I will add to that. And Wolverine is not quite there on a level up, so...
Yeah.
So let's get this bomb out of the way.
You're going down.
Oh, grenade, be careful. And you can't throw the bombs at your enemies, just be careful, because if your teammates are in the way, then it will hurt them.
Best in what I do.
They aren't invincible to bombs. Right. Iceman got a level up. Wait, really? I just did a thing for him. I guess maybe I didn't notice before.
I don't have enough power. Right.
Alright, he dropped quite a bit there. As you can see by the green aura, that's usually your pretty good indicator. Oh, Storm, that was a vintage arcade machine. Why did you have to go and do that?
Got it.
You're going down.
Alright, Wolverine just got his level up. I am leveling up like crazy here.
Ain't no one standing in my way.
Cyclops is already getting close to his.
Okay.
Got it.
So Wolverine and Iceman both leveled up, so let's do that. Let's bring his striking up. What can I bring up for him? I can't bring up the Cold Smash. What else? Let's bring up the Critical Strike for him. And for Wolverine, let's bring his body up. Healing Factor, yes, that is what I wanted for him. Healing Factor needs to go up. Is there anybody else? I think I'm good. So this is pretty much your, action RPG style of a game with X-Men characters and X-Men centered plot. And I wish there would have been more of these because I really do like this style. Honestly, this style of game I really miss. And there were only, let's see, from 2004 to 2009 was when they stopped doing those, and there were only 5 of them. So I really do miss that, and I wish that there were more like this, but I'm certainly not complaining with what we got. Because we got 5 fantastic games. I mean, all with their own flaws, obviously, no game is perfect, but these were all really good contenders and cool in their own right.
You're lucky you're still breathing.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I see a physical resistant back there. Let's go ahead and get him out of the way. Yes, health pack, thank you. Alright, Wolverine, go attack him.
Got it.
Oh, sorry, Storm, I did not mean to claw you in the face. And anybody who's just dropping in, thank you for the viewership, I really appreciate it. System operations here, we're getting close to Pyro. Pyro is, I believe, in the next area. The satellite control center is where he is, assuming I'm remembering that correctly. Yeah, there are 2 members of the Brotherhood you fight in this mission. It's first Pyro, and then Toad is your boss of this level. And fighting Toad isn't necessarily the hard part, it's getting to him that is the difficult part. Because there's a lot standing in the way of you and him. Oh, I was hoping I would be able to kill him with that bomb. He already detonated it. Oh, we got a physical resistant guy up there. Cyclops, you take the lead. Please no one get stupid and fall into that electricity because that is the last thing I need.
Game, set, and match.
So we go knock him down, and I think there was one more.
Think you're bad, Muty?
Okay, Storm, heal her now.
Yes.
Get him while he's slowed down. Yeah, these lightning attacks do an insane amount of damage. There's the other guy, so.
Will do.
Go. Like I said, Wolverine will regenerate health, so unless you're really in trouble, refrain from using health packets on him. Storm, why would you hit that bomb?
Yes. Okay. Will do. I'm on it.
Okay, Chad, did you guys not hear me say that hitting bombs was a bad idea? Storm had to go and do that. Oh, Cyclops had to go and get in the way when I threw it.
Okay. You bet.
Okay, that guy just blew himself up, so that helps me out. Okay, is there any more? I think this room is clear. Alright, I see a physical resistant in the back. I can't exactly remember what type of aura the energy resistant characters have, but I guess we'll see when they get here. There are some of those in this mission, so you will see that soon enough. Cyclops got a level up. Storm and Iceman are close to theirs. So let's see what we can level up for him. Let's bring his body up one. The agility, by the way, is not something I'm going to worry too much about. I mean, if I'm good on these two, then maybe I'll put a few points in it. But for now, the strike and the body are what I need to bring up the most, because his focus is already pretty high for the start of the game. So you don't have to worry about that yet. Optic beam. Let's go ahead and bring that up. And then we'll bring up probably the accuracy on his next one.
Got it.
Alright, does anybody need health?
All right.
Top Iceman off, and we're good.
Will do.
Think you're bad, Muty?
Yes.
Apparently Cyclops does. I mean, you heard an answer. Oh, really, Storm? That's too heavy for you?
Possibly lift that.
Limp. You should stick to gardening.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Think you're bad, Muty?
Yeah, and these guys just have the same dialogue over and over. I mean, they've got some variations based on what type of enemies you're fighting, but these generic soldier guys all have the same thing. Let's just get rid of that. You can't exactly bring that through a door, so there would have been no point in trying, because it would have probably just ended up detonating and killing one of the people. That's the last thing I need right now.
I need more power to do that.
Alright, so is there anything in these? Nope. Alright, is this the satellite control center? Yes, it is, and here is Pyro. And whenever you see a picture of an enemy on a screen, like a named enemy of the Brotherhood, like Pyro, Blob, Toad, Avalanche, somebody like that, Juggernut, Mystique, you know that you're about to fight them in that next section. So even though Pyro is not here immediately, he is in this section somewhere. And it's good that they do give you a save point before this. That way, in case things go belly up, you can save. Luckily, I do have a pretty good amount of tech points in case anybody dies. I'll go ahead and save here anyway. Overriding data. Right, and Pyro is here somewhere. I think that little X icon on the minimap might be where he is.
Heads up!
Sunfire's mask, let me snag that. The ones that have green font on them will typically be worth more. You know, the ones that are glowing and have a highlighted font. They will typically be worth more when you sell them, and they're just better gear to equip overall. Though, if I'm being honest, gear is never really something I worried about in this game, though in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, and the X-Men Legends 2 game as well for that matter, gear is definitely more important there.
Let's see what you got.
Don't have enough power.
Alright, and Pyro should be here.
Who are you people? You're not supposed to be here. You X-Men are traitors to your own species.
Why would you say such a... Oh no, it's Mystique!
I'll see to it you don't get another chance.
And Toad, how about that?
Mystique? Those X-Gits always nose us up when they should be helping us. Let's wipe them out before the Sentinels get us all, hey?
Sentinels?
Pyro! Destroy them!
Alright, I guess things are getting pretty heated now. Alright, so with Pyro, this is actually really simple, even though it may not seem like it. He's energy resistant. So just go up and attack him with Wolverine's Speed Slash, and then you're golden. And the Fire Demons, just attack them with Wolverine also. Pretty much just use Wolverine throughout the whole fight. Or the physical attacks from Storm and Iceman will help as well. If Wolverine happens to be low on energy.
You can't beat me!
Yeah.
Combo!
Yes. Right.
Alright, Wolverine, go forward.
Ha! Should I slow down?
Will do.
Alright, so get him out of the way. Storm is about to die. So stick with the physical attacks. Iceman is down.
Okay.
Combo!
Alright, so Pyro is now gone. Storm is almost dead. Cyclops is halfway there.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything in this room before I can move on. I probably should actually use the bombs. I just didn't know there were any over here. Alright, so there are the health packs. I'll be sure to give those to Storm first. Okay. Let's backtrack a tiny bit so we can go pick up Iceman. So, unlike the other, well, actually, just unlike the Ultimate Alliance game, there isn't an ability to instantly revive the team. There isn't an option to do that. You actually have to go in here and do it manually.
Iceman.
So Storm barely has any health left. Cyclops has got a little over half his health. And Wolverine, you know, he's fine, so... So let's head down into the main tunnel so we can track Toad, because that is our boss for this mission.
Assistance would be greatly appreciated. Okay.
Alright, does Forge have any health packs? So let's go ahead and sell all this other stuff to him. Does he have any health packs I can buy? No, he doesn't. I guess we'll have to wait till we get to the healer to do that. We'll go ahead and save here just in case things get messy later. There is a save point in the next map, so we don't have to go too much farther, but I just like to be prepared.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, now that we have Iceman back, can we get rid of this fire?
Will do.
Okay, we can't.
Okay.
Let's destroy this thing. Is there anything here? Oh, there is. Look at that. Where's the way out? There we go. And here are your energy resistant characters. You see how quickly he just died when Wolverine attacked him once?
Steel is strong as a hurricane.
Now, if I would have tried to attack him with an energy attack, we would probably still be fighting him right now. But with physical attacks, these guys die extremely fast.
I'll see you again, X-Men.
I doubt that. So you can... Okay, Storm just leveled up, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Let's get her body up. Lightning Strike. Actually, can I max out the Lightning Fury? No, I can't. I need to be level 9 for that. And I can't do anything else to the leadership until she gets to level 9, so we'll keep adding to the Lightning.
Got it.
What was that?
The game's over, X-Men.
No, the game's actually just started. It won't be over for quite a little while. Yeah, this is actually a pretty lengthy game. So, there will be a couple streams of this.
I need more power to do that.
Oh! Okay, Wolverine, like I said, he's not in too much trouble, so I won't waste this health pack on him. The question is, who do I use it on?
Okay.
Cyclops.
Will do.
Like I said, Wolverine's fine, because he can heal himself. Whoa! He just spawned out of nowhere.
The game's over, X-Men.
Alright, there's a level up for Iceman and a Black Tom's Cane gear piece to boot. Oh, can I stop doing that attack, please?
I'm fading quick.
Right.
Oh no! Logan's out. It's okay. I just have to get to the next map and I can revive him.
Right.
Oh man!
Hey, how about a little
Alright, you know
help
what?
here?
Let's just get out of here before things get worse. Let's just get out of here. Whoa! What was that? Press the button! It killed Cyclops too? Well, that wasn't nice. Now the other two are nearly dead. Alright, and I am going to stick with these four, though, because the other characters that are in the game are honestly not that good. Yeah, these two are almost dead.
Okay.
So, let's go back here. Heal Wolverine and Cyclops. Because Beast, as much as I would love to say Beast is a good character in this game, he really isn't. In fact, Beast is one of the worst characters. He's got maybe 2 good attacks, and then that's it. Jean, like I said, I don't prefer to use Jean that much, and Rogue, I'm saving her for a later mission. Actually, the next mission, as it turns out. Can anybody up anything? Let's bring his body up, because clearly he needs it if he was dying that quickly. Bring up the Freeze Blast. I think that's good for everybody else. The problem is Iceman and Storm are very close to dying, so... And the good thing is there's a save point right here, so I can just revive them if they die. But it'd be good to get some health packs. So let's save here so we don't have to fight Pyro again. Alright. Alright, Wolverine, I need you to lead the charge. Alright, health. Storm, you need the health most.
Will do.
Will do.
Let's get rid of this bomb.
The game's over, X-Men.
Revolutionaries, what are they? They are physical, so Cyclops, you are the man for this job. Logan, please don't get yourself killed. Oh no, there's 2 of them. Storm, I just need you to not die.
The end is near, X-Man.
Yes. I don't have enough power.
No, don't attack him.
Right.
Combo!
All right.
There we go.
Combo!
Ooh, yeah. Ain't no one standing in my way. Right.
Combo!
Oh no! I did not mean to do that. Cyclops, I am so sorry. Threw the bomb right in his face.
You're lucky you're still breathing.
Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, can we throw him off the ledge, please? I actually don't think we can do that. One thing this game does not let you do that the other games did. Oh no, Wolverine's almost dead. Slow those guys down.
I will annihilate you!
Ooh.
Will do.
Right. Okay, we need Iceman here to make a bridge, so that's why I gave him 2 of the packs.
Yeah.
I want to go back and get Cyclops, which I know may seem like a cheap strategy, but if you don't go into these stages, you know, with yourself fully armed, then you will fall into a hole very quickly. Grab that energy. Alright, Iceman, you can get there faster, so let's just skate along here. And I'll save here too, so that way if I end up dying, then there won't be nearly as many enemies that I have to fight, which will definitely be a bonus, as far as I'm concerned.
Cyclops.
So these guys are okay on health for the time being. You know, they're not doing terrible. And I haven't had a game over yet, so I'm happy about that. Alright, for some reason whenever you save, it says main tunnels, but the loading screen there says ice tunnels. I'm not sure why that is exactly. Anybody that's just now coming into the stream, thanks for checking it out. I appreciate it. Oh, sorry, my headphone cord's getting a little tangled there, or the headset cord was getting a little tangled around my shoulder. Okay, so Iceman, Storm, I just need you two to not die.
Got it.
Because Iceman, I need you for the bridges. I think there's only one more time where you have to make a bridge, but that's one of the instances why I need him alive, is because he's one of the only characters in the game that can do it, and the only one I currently have equipped. Cyclops, please don't fall.
I'm on it.
Combo!
Guys, please get off that bridge. I really don't want you to die again. Thank you. I would have been so mad if one of them just kamikazed off the bridge. Which has happened several times, so I wouldn't have put it past them. Can I use this bomb against anyone? I can, how about that? Or I can completely whiff and not hit anyone with the bomb.
Combo!
Alright, I think that one worked out a lot better. No, he's stunned, he's stunned. Move back.
Combo!
It's near, X-Man.
Okay, Wolverine, you attack the energy. Cyclops, get back.
Alright.
Okay, good, he just leveled up.
There's no stopping me now.
Wolverine was in trouble there. I needed help.
I'm on it.
The end is near, X-Man.
Okay.
You bet.
Alright, so these guys are still mostly alive.
Yes.
Wolverine needs to, actually Cyclops needs to level up. So let's go to him. Get his striking up. What can we do here? Let's bring up his accuracy, because with how much I was missing earlier on the attacks, I definitely do need the accuracy boost. I don't know how that's not damaging me, but I'm not going to complain.
I will annihilate you!
Actually, no, these are all energy guys, so Iceman, Wolverine, Storm, you guys have at it. Ah, no, Wolverine's down. Ah! Get away from me. Get away. Oh! Okay. That was way too close. I need to go back and get them. Because there's no way I can fight through the rest with just Storm. Good thing is there's nobody else back here, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I knew I was going to face some trouble down here. Which is why I'm glad I immersed a lot of tech bits before I came onto the mission. I had a feeling this was going to happen, and I was prepared for it. Say Cyclops, bring him back.
Cyclops.
Iceman, bring him back. And
Iceman.
Wolverine, bring him back. And oh, and Wolverine actually leveled up too, so let's go ahead and take care of that. I just saw it as he was going down there into the screen. So let's see what I can do for him. Wait, actually, is he level 9? He's level 8. He's close to level 9. So that means I'm one up away from being, or sorry, one down from being able to up his healing factor. Let's bring his body up. Is Brutal Slash what I want to do? Yes. Wait, actually, wait. Brutal Slash, because then I'm only one away from being able to max that. So I want to get that maxed as soon as I can, and then I will worry about the Claw Flurry attack. Okay, so we're getting close to Toad. There's only one more map after this one that we have to get to before facing him. So that's pretty reassuring. But yeah, like I said, if you're not careful at the beginning, this game will whoop your tail. And as you saw there, I almost got a game over, but luckily I was able to get out of there. And these are the strategies that help get me through this game. You guys don't have to follow these strategies if you don't want to, but these are just what got me through. A lot of saving, a lot of backtracking, a lot of reviving. Tried to play smarter, not harder, and I ended up beating the game because of it. It took me a while, it took me a long while, but it ended up working.
Yes.
Alright, Storm just got her level up.
Yes!
Combo!
I'm on.
No! Cannot be!
Alright, so the Usurpers are also physical resistant, along with the Revolutionaries. Let's see, Storm and Iceman both just got theirs. Let's get this bomb out of here. Grab this disc. Let's go here into the level up screen to see what we can do. Let's bring her striking up to 8. We can't do anything with Lightning Fury. We can't do anything with Lightning Strike. In that case, let's bring up her flight. So that way she can flap her longer. Iceman, let's bring his body up to 9. Can't do anything with the Freeze Blast. Let's do the Ice Tracks on him. Alright, so now let's go into the exterior access tunnels. This is the last map we have to go through before we face Toad. And there is a save point at the end of it before we face him, so in case things go wrong during the fight, you just start right before it. So that is definitely helpful. And there is one at the beginning as well. So pretty much follow the same strategy that I just used in the previous map. Same thing applies for this one. So break these things around here for tech bits. That's a bomb. I want to detonate that safely.
Combo!
Alright, got a health pack there.
You are destined to lose, X-Men!
Let's get this bomb out of here. Actually, can I throw it at that guy down there? Actually, I think that did do a little bit of damage to him.
Guess you didn't want a piece.
I'm on it.
Alright, got him just before he got the attack off. Can Wolverine lift this?
Yeah.
Apparently not. I mean, none of these guys can lift a box. I mean, I know it's a bomb, but still. If you can lift this thing, why can't you lift that?
Too heavy.
Yeah, so only people like Rogue, Colossus, and Beast can lift things like that.
You are destined
and
to
Colossus
lose,
we don't have
X-Men.
unlocked. Beast kind of sucks. And Rogue I'm saving for later.
Don't have enough power.
Yes.
So all these guys are physical, so just keep up the beam attacks with Cyclops.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, ain't no one standing in my way. Right.
Alright, we are almost there.
Right.
Iceman. Get this bomb out of the way.
Okay.
Combo!
Alright, so that little yellow X icon means we're pretty close.
I will annihilate you!
I'm on it.
So the Revolutionary's down, so let's take out the Marauder. I want to use this bomb against these guys if I can. I think that helped out. I just hope it didn't damage any of my guys in the process. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yes.
Okay, the good thing is there is health right here. Okay, Wolverine, yeah, he is in trouble. So, that was a worthy sacrifice. If he will stop getting stunned, goodness.
The game's over, X-Men!
He wouldn't stop getting stunned, so he almost got killed. Alright, run over here. Let's get out in the open.
I need more power to do that.
Alright, got a health pack for him. Iceman desperately needs that.
Right. Right.
All right.
Okay.
Alright, so Iceman, heal you up.
Okay. Right.
Storm heal you. Scott, you.
Yeah.
Wolverine, get some energy. Attack the Marauder. Oh, nice, I got both of them.
I need more power to do that.
Alright, so there's one last one here, and I believe that's all the enemies cleared here, so let's save here before we go and face Toad. And the portrayal of Toad in this game is really not similar to anything that he's been in previous iterations. I guess the closest thing, it matches him in the Ultimate X-Men books, but that's about it. You know, this isn't... I mean, you've only seen Toad in one other movie aside from this, and Toad in that movie was pretty forgettable, if I'm being honest. Toad in the first X-Men movie. Not done to greatness, if you ask me. I mean, it was okay. It was kind of funny at points, but wasn't great. The controller just vibrated like crazy. Did you guys hear that?
You twits! Bloody hell.
What are you now, Ron Weasley? Alright, so now this fight with Toad, what is pretty much going to happen, he's going to try to escape in these jets.
Got it.
So you just have to destroy it before he can escape. And there's only 4 jets, so you don't have to worry about it for the whole fight. The problem is I don't have a whole lot of energy going into this fight. Well, at least not with my 2 mains. Do you know what happens to a Toad when it's struck by lightning?
Combo!
Same thing that happens to everything else. That line was so stupid, I'm sorry. The only reason I said that is because, like, when I was playing as Storm and I hit him, that line popped into my head. But I swear that line is one of the dumbest things in comic book movies. And that's saying something right there. So, whenever Toad gets blue like that, that's usually an indicator that he's going to go for jets.
Yes.
Get out of there, Cyclops.
Got it.
Okay, so Wolverine, you attack the regular guys. Alright, I got a health packet out of that one. Could use some energy packets, though.
I need more power to do that.
He's going on the jet, I can't see.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I really didn't want him to escape in that thing. Or, I mean, I would have failed the mission otherwise.
Alright.
Energy, yes, thank you. Health, health. Health.
Will do.
Health.
Okay.
Energy for Wolverine.
Okay.
Alright, and when he gets into multiple resistances, you know he's about to do his tongue lash move. So just make sure you're out of the way. These guys were not. Somehow Iceman didn't get attacked by that. Okay, there he is. I was about to say, he was standing right there. How does he not get attacked by that? And then it's gonna take a minute for him to get... he gets kind of frozen here before going for the last jet. This is something that normally happens.
I need more power to do that. Alright.
Wolverine, jump!
Right. Got it. Alright. Right. Will do. Right.
Alright, be ready to jump again, Wolverine.
Don't have enough power. I need more power.
You should be going for the jet any time now. Alright, just make sure you're out of the way of that thing. I'm in the clear. So when he goes back in, just go for the jet.
You're going down.
Alright, that's the last jet here, so I don't have to worry about those. Correction, it's not the last jet. I don't know how to count.
I need more power to do that.
Combo!
I heard the Harp Soldiers, but I don't see them.
Got it.
Okay.
Alright, I think he's about to go for that last jet, so whenever he does, I'll just strike it down.
Combo!
Oh, come on, Storm, you can fly. How did you get hit by that thing?
Yes. Okay.
There we go. That's all the jets down, so now we can just attack them like normal.
All superheroes, chat.
Alright, Cyclops.
Yes. Yeah. Will do. All right.
I think both Wolverine and Iceman managed to dodge that attack somehow.
Combo!
One bunch of superheroes you are, eh? The entire lot.
So, what was Brotherhood doing at the Harp facility? What pretty much happens is Sentinels are being used again. You threaten Toad a little bit, and he tells you that Mystique wanted information on the computers.
I don't know.
And he doesn't know what it's about, so you pretty much take him back to the mansion and put him in that brig that I was showing you guys earlier that acts as kind of a prison cell. So that's the second mission, done and dusted. And it actually starts you out in the backyard, which you couldn't access before, so there is that.
been 2 days now since I came to the Institute. I still haven't decided whether I want to stay or not. But Bobby Drake sure makes it seem awfully inviting.
Oh, you have a thing for him, Allison?
It was exciting hearing about the X-Men's adventures at the Hart facility in Alaska. Part of me wishes I could have gone with them. I guess I'm getting caught up in all this X-Men superhero business.
Alright, so same thing as before, just go around here and explore a little bit. There are other X-Men for you to talk to that you have to unlock this time. So I'm hoping to actually get 2 of the flashbacks done in this stream, because you can access them after doing one of the main missions.
Allison.
So she's pretty much asking who Toad is and what Sentinels are, and then they were actually shut down long ago, so they don't actually believe Toad at this point, because, you know, Sentinels aren't really around anymore in this universe, so the fact that they're just around again randomly doesn't make a lot of sense. But the fact that I was saying earlier is that you have 2 X-Men that you have to talk to around here to unlock, and here is one of them, Jubilee.
Hey.
I'm just going to go through this. Jubilee is on that lower tier list. She's not a very good character to use in this game. In fact, I find her as one of the worst, because I don't know, just her powers never really do a whole lot for me, and she doesn't combine that well with anybody. I mean, there are people out there that can use Jubilee strategically. My hat's off to them, but Jubilee's not somebody that I care to use personally. Now, you will meet one of the characters I do like using here in a minute. Speak of the literal devil.
Guten Tag,
we have Nightcrawler.
1,000 pardons. I did not mean to scare you.
So, I'll cut to the chase here. You can ask him about Sentinels, and you unlock a Sentinel flashback. And what that is, it pretty much takes you back to a time back in the X-Men Legends lore, and it sets you a random team of heroes, puts you in a random set of suits, and, well, would normally put you in a random set of suits. I have the suits from this exact flashback equipped for Wolverine and Cyclops already. The suit for Jean that I have equipped is actually going to stay on her. The suit that it would normally give is her Phoenix suit from the 70s. And then for Nightcrawler, because I haven't actually used him yet, it'll just equip the suit from this flashback. And as you can see by that picture, in this flashback we're going to be fighting a lot, and put a highlight there on a lot of Sentinels.
Where's Remy?
So as you can see there's, yeah, Wolverine and Cyclops are in their suits that I've been using. And here come the Sentinels.
Mutant
now, there's a really easy way to go about fighting these guys. So, one easy way you can do it is to, once again, just use Wolverine's Brutal Slash, and they can be down in a matter of seconds, especially once you get the thing fully upgraded. You can have a Sentinel down a lot easier than that. Or if you want to combine this move with the Optic Beam from Cyclops, you can do that also. Either one is a good strategy. Speaking of which, there's the Optic Beam fully upgraded for Cyclops. And on his next one, I'll bring his leadership up. Nightcrawler we haven't got to use yet, so I'll bring him up a little bit. I'm going to bring up his body more, because he is a little bit of a squishy character and he doesn't take damage very well, so I'll go ahead and get that for him. Shadow Blend, I'll go ahead and get an ability there. Teleport Leap is important, but not the first thing I want to go for. Leap of Faith, this is a really useful move. Whenever one of your allies is near dying, there's a chance that Nightcrawler will save them as long as you're not playing as him. And the more and more you upgrade this, the more likely of a chance he has of doing that. I'll go ahead and get his acrobatics up one, so that'll allow him to double jump. And I'll go ahead and bring up the teleport leap, I guess. Actually, let's start off with the flurry, because that'll actually be better, I think. Oh, I didn't upgrade Jean or Scott. Well, on this part anyway, I didn't. Let's get his body up to 9. Jean, I really don't want to use her as a character. Oh, it did put her in her Phoenix suit. How about that? I just realized I see it there because of her icon. And so let's go 1, 1, and then 1, 1. So she has 6 on all those. Psychic Shout is what I'm going to do here. The Telekinesis really isn't that useful, so I'm not going to do anything there. Psionic Strike I'm going to do. Her Flight I'll get up 1, and her Critical Strike I'll get up 1. Actually, her Flight I'll bring up 2, because I'm really not going to use Jean that much. But just so the upgrade points are sitting there. Bring up Wolverine Strike up 1, fully max out his Brutal Slash, and we are good to go. So it's now save, because I really don't want to fight Toad again if I end up dying. Alright, Sentinels, come on out. Where are you? I know there's some more of you here. Unless there's not. Okay, guess there's not. Alright, yeah, it shows you Jean's suit from the 70s there. Alright, and here come the Sentinels. And like I said, as long as you have Wolverine and Cyclops, these guys are really easy to deal with. Oh! Not if you whiff and attack in the wrong direction. Alright, he's out of energy, so switch to Cyclops. I'm on it. Combo! The sweep isn't too good against these guys, so try not to use that now. But when he's glitching there, it's going to work out for me. Because I get the final blow. Alright, where are you, Sentinels? I know there's more you here. Actually, I don't think there is, because I'm pretty sure that thing said 2 of 2. So I think that's all of them for here. Actually, here, let's have Jean fly over this way. Let's bring up Nightcrawler's health a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, I think 10th Avenue is the last place we have to go. I want to point out something about that screen, actually. That loading screen, that is inaccurate. It says Wolverine's 70s look. Wolverine wasn't around in the 1970s, so, I call BS on that loading screen.
Okay.
Wolverine was the Incredible Hulk 180 in 1981. That was his first appearance. So I call BS on that loading screen there, Raven. Vicarious Visions here. Whoever I need to blame for that loading screen. Whichever one of the companies put that there. Alright, that's 1 of 5.
I will comply.
Will do. There's another one over here. Yeah, Kurt and Jean can't really do anything against these guys, so really the only thing they need to do here is just try not to die. There are no more here, so while we're searching, and that'll give Logan a minute to heal. Alright, are there any here? That's an invisible wall, so I'm going to take that as a no. Snag this. So we have Nightcrawler and Jean both leveled up.
I could defeat.
Bring up Nightcrawler's body. Bring up Jean's body. I can't max out the Psionic Strike yet, so I'll add to her critical strikes. What do I want to do for Nightcrawler? I'll start adding to the leap. Is there anything for anybody else? Am I good here? Oh, it doesn't actually tell you. Okay. I think that's all the ones that I need here. Alright, is this our next way to go? Nope, this is blocked off. Alright, so let's try going over this way. It would also be a no. So let's try that third way, see if that's it. Wait.
Yes.
Hold on, something's not right. Hey, Cybernetic, how's it going? Oh, that's what it was. It was another path over here. Okay, I don't know how I didn't see that. What, it still says Spider-Man 2? Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to have to change that to something, because when I went to put this game in as the tag, it wouldn't pick up this title for whatever reason. It wouldn't say that it wouldn't register this as a game. Yeah, category, sorry, not tag, that's what I meant. But it wouldn't find this as a game. For whatever reason, it wouldn't accept this.
Need more power to do that.
Got it.
Not sure why that is, but
Need more power to do that.
Here, I'll fix that now. Let's see if I can fix that. Here, maybe if I do it here on mobile, it'll work. If I try it here, maybe it'll work better. Let's go to my dashboard. Alright, let's try... Is there anything here? Why is it not saying... It's not picking up the game for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. It should be picking up this as a game. Yeah, I don't know why that's the case. I mean, it's clearly a game, you see me playing it. So I don't know why it's not picking it up as a title. Alright, there's 1 out of 8 sentinels. Oh boy, another one.
Yes.
Combo!
Okay, so there's only 8 here, and this is actually the last place before the flashback ends. So, and then I can go on to the magma test. And then I get to do another flashback after that.
Don't have enough power.
I will comply.
All right.
Yes.
Right.
Alright, so that's 3 of 8. Oh, and another one just comes down, all casual-like.
Will do. Right.
Oh no, Wolverine, move. Move, move, move. Will this thing save me? Well, it did for a minute. I wish it was 90s music, but it's not quite. Not the theme from that show, anyway. Whoa, that did a lot of damage to that.
X-Men, I need help right now.
Alright, that's 4 of 8.
You're lucky you're
Move, move, move. How does he still not have any energy left? Go around here, see if there's any energy left.
Combo!
Oh, that did nothing, so...
I need help right now!
Okay, that's 5 out of 8 done. I guess that gives help to Cyclops. I don't really care if Jean dies, but I need Cyclops alive, just as an insurance policy. Okay, Jean, go ahead, kill her. She dies anyway. But she always ends up coming back. Nightcrawler, what are you doing just sitting back here? You know you could help. I know you can't do that much.
Doing so good here.
You know you could do more than just sit there.
Yes.
Okay, wait for his beam to recharge.
Right.
Alright, Wolverine now got a level up, so now his attack is full, and now there's only 1 more sentinel left. Let's go ahead and upgrade him while he's here, because we won't be able to use him for a little bit because of the whole magma test. Oh, we got 2 of them now. So in that case, I'll bring 1 here, and another one on his strike. We can't do anything about the healing factor yet. So in that case, we will add to the Claw Flurry. And I don't think anybody else needs anything. Alright, so now there's only 1 more sentinel left on here. Anybody that's just joining into the stream, by the way, thank you very much for coming. There's 1 last sentinel around here.
Affirmative.
Like I said, Jean, I don't really care if Jean dies, because you know, I don't really use her at all, so she'll be my sacrificial lamb if things go bad.
Right.
Combo!
And that's all there is to it. Sentinel's done.
Oh yeah!
So, if that would have been my first time playing, then I would have had those skins just unlocked for the first time, but since it wasn't, no problem, done. And if you just talk to him now, then he says the same things. And you can't actually replay those flashbacks, so if you pass up on that opportunity then, you don't get another chance. Let's go down here to the sub-basement. Okay, so let's go ahead and save here now that we're done with that flashback. And our first order of business is to head to the danger room. Assuming this thing will load. Actually, before we go in there, let's give Magma some upgrades. Okay, so we'll do that. Alright, so we'll get the Fiery Blast up. We'll get the Burning Rage. And the Fiery Form, we'll do that too. Actually, first off, here, I'll go ahead and do this. Now that Toad is in the brig, you can actually talk to him. But I'll just skim by that. Because just to show you what the brig is like. Yeah, he pretty much tries to trick you into getting him out, but doesn't end up working. Then once you go through all this dialogue, Cyclops actually busts you for being in here and talking to him. Well, I put an asterisk on the word bust. He just says, "Oh, well, I didn't mean to, invade your privacy, but you really shouldn't be doing this." It's like, well, Chief, you might as well have put a chip in my neck for just spying on me like that. You can see here the uniforms are hanging. Yeah, see there, he's like, I didn't mean to spy on you, but I was kind of looking at you through a camera.
Showed you were talking with Toad.
Yeah, and then she just pretty much asks who Mystique is and why she came after him, and you don't really know that yet, but you do come to find it out later. I don't believe there's anybody in Cerebro at the moment. No, I can see inside the room, and there's not. So let's head into the danger room. And we are ready for a magma test. Alright. Alright, danger room time, here we go. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this is not too bad, so just make sure you don't get surrounded, because unlike Wolverine, Magma can't heal, so that is something you want to watch out for.
I guess you lose, huh?
So let's see if we can find any more. Oh, he tried to do a trick up on me. I was ready for it. Alright, so that's 6 out of 22 robots done. Oh, wait. So I did the Fiery Blast, or whatever that attack is called, and then when more robots spawned in, it just canceled the attack. Gee, that was nice. I got Magma leveled up.
And stay down. Now I'm really ready to fire it up.
If only we had Iceman here, then it would be a literal fire and ice team up. Wait, where'd the other one go? Oh, there's 4 of them, never mind. Alright, so there's not a whole lot left. We're gonna get to one of my favorite parts after this, so once this whole magma test is done, one of my favorite parts is coming.
You lose.
So just kind of choose your attacks and be sure to dodge the other people as fast as best you possibly can, but choose your enemies wisely. It's basically what I'm saying. Choose who you go after wisely.
We're getting some interesting readings on your powers. I'll show you after the test.
Alright, and that's actually not the only part to this little test either.
While this is only an exercise, you are in a minimal amount of jeopardy.
Alright, so here they're just going to keep respawning until the game just stops. Not stops as in like stops playing, it'll just transition into a cutscene. So, just keep on beating them until it stops, and what's pretty much going to happen is she'll lose control, destroy a part of the danger room, and then she'll come back again after the 4th mission, and then that's when she'll become an X-Man. Okay, you're annoying me, get down from there. Right, and they do start to overwhelm you a little bit, but then when that happens, that's right when the game transitions.
You lose.
I'm really looking forward to one of my favorite parts coming up. It's right after this. I do want to save some of my health packs for that particular part though, so I don't want to spend them too much.
Ow! That had to can't hold out much longer.
Okay, come on, Magma, you got this. I really don't care for you as a character, but I just need you to work with me. There you go.
The kid's got potential.
Indeed.
And the graphics are not the best, but I mean, it's a 2004 game, so... For the time it looked really good, and now it hadn't aged that well, but it's still fun to play. And now she's gone thermonuclear for the 2nd time with Wolverine in the vicinity.
What just happened?
You seem to have recovered a lot better that 2nd time.
Am I in trouble?
Not at all, my child.
And the great Patrick Stewart reprised his role for this game.
I haven't seen energy readings like this since...
Yeah, they tease a little bit of the Phoenix there. Though you never really get to see the actual Phoenix in action, which is kind of sad. I mean, if anything, Jean needs some good representation of her. See, I'm scared for X-Men Dark Phoenix, so in case it bombs, which I have a feeling it probably will, Jean needs some good representation. So, yeah, she pretty much says, oh, I'm not going in the danger room again, this is too much for me, I don't want to do this, but she ends up coming back later. So let's just save here. And one of my favorite moments in the game is coming up. I was talking about earlier how they have those flashbacks that kind of take place in the lore, and they put you in some of the original costumes from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and you're about to see one of those moments here.
Greetings and salutations, Allison.
So, now we have unlocked the Juggernut Flashback, so we'll go ahead and play that now. This is one of only 2 times in the game where you can fight Juggernaut. The first one being this one is completely missable, and then the other one is story driven, so you can't miss that one. But if you do not do this mission right here and now, you won't get another chance to do it. Which means you won't get to unlock the skins that come with it.
Where's Xavier? Where's my
fun fact,
brother?
this is John DiMaggio that is actually voicing the Juggernaut in this game.
By my stars and garters.
Hey look, it's Beast,
Juggernut
as a human.
Is quite perturbed.
Where's the professor?
In the sub-basement. But we have to make sure Juggernut doesn't make it that far.
So this is pretty simple. He's mental resistance. Pretty much just use everybody but Jean. I don't use Jean anyway, so that's not a problem for me. That little bar on the left there that's mostly black and has a tiny hint of green, you pretty much just have to stop Juggernut before that bar gets all the way green. And whenever he's got that red little aura thing around him, you can't attack him. Whenever it says multiple resistances on his life bar, those are the moments where you can't attack him. So Cyclops is your best bet here, because I have how much of a broom character Juggernaught is. He'll be more damaged by energy than he will physical attacks, so that's just something that you want to be wary about. Although it gets annoying whenever Iceman hits him with a freeze attack and he runs so slow like that.
Xavier! Where are you, little brother?
Yeah, it pretty much is like Alliance, just with X-Men characters.
Xavier! Hey, give me back my helmet! It's the only...
Now his helmet's gone, so the mental resistance thing is gone. Oh no! Like I said, Beast isn't that great of a character in this game, which really sucks.
Don't have enough power.
Yeah, they really dumbed down Beast's abilities. Only Kelsey Grammer could have voiced him.
Mom always did like me best. I'm gonna stop you into the dust.
Alright, so yeah, this is pretty simple. Just beat him before the bar gets all the way green.
Need more power to do that.
Really, the only use that Beast has here is just as a meat shield.
Mom always did like me best.
Right.
Whoa.
Alright.
Just got owned there. And Beast just got owned.
Need more power to do that.
Yep, that's the same guy who voices Rhino in Spider-Man 2.
Come on!
I believe it. I believe so, anyway. I believe John DiMaggio is the voice of Rhino in that game. And, little known fact, I don't know if this is well known or not, but John DiMaggio actually voices Joker in the Under the Red Hood movie. No, it's crossing universes a little bit here, but just a fun fact.
Come out, wherever you are.
Alright, so now that he's slowing down a little bit, I can actually get in there with Iceman. The only reason I'm attacking him physically here is because I added the cold damage upgrade. That adds frost damage to the physical attacks.
Got it.
Beast, what are you doing? Okay, I don't really use Beast that well, but I need to upgrade him in case I ever do end up using him. I'm surprised his agility's not higher than that. The propeller kick is one of the better moves you want to go with for Beast because the pinball is not that great. I'll get one here, one here, one here, and one here. And I can't add another one to here, so I'll do another one on critical. Juggernaut's been stopped. Okay. I just wanted to go ahead and do that then. And all of these costumes are already unlocked, so whenever I use these characters, I can switch to their costumes if I want to. Which, for 2 of the characters, I'm already in those costumes, so it wouldn't make a difference. Oh, and for any of you guys that weren't here at the beginning, as you can see here at the top, let me show it off in the camera, let me lean forward a little. Under my bill of this hat, which on top of it has an X-Men symbol here at the top. But the bill has got the original X-Men from the 60s. It's got Iceman, Angel, Jean Grey, and Cyclops. I don't think Beast is actually on the bill, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. I thought this was still a really cool hat when I got it, and I figured I'd wear it since I was streaming this. Well, fun fact, I actually got this hat at a Comic-Con, so that all worked out. Actually, it's been, what, almost a year since I actually got it. Alright, so now that's everything we can do in the mansion. Time to move on to, yeah, I think we can fit one more mission in here.
Hi, Alice.
Oh, wait, actually, I don't need that. Well, I've never been to one of the large Comic-Cons, like in San Diego. I've always really wanted to. There are smaller ones closer to where I live that I've been to. And even for a smaller Comic-Con, those things are still pretty large.
I received this
Though nothing compared to PAX and StarCast and All In. Those events are ridiculously large.
Morlocks are gathered.
We have Gambit here on the radio.
Now they coming for me.
Professor, the Morlocks are after Remy. We gotta go save him.
I agree, Rogue. We must proceed with caution.
Who are the Morlocks?
They're a tribe of mutants who have isolated themselves from the general mutant populace. They're sewer dwellers, having built an entire secret society beneath the streets of Manhattan.
Yes, and in doing so, they have become extremely hostile towards outsiders. I want a team to enter the sewers as quietly as possible and render aid to Gambit should he require.
Notice how their mouths aren't moving at all.
Contact with the Morlocks to a minimum.
That Cajun can't stay out of trouble, can he?
That's a trait you two share in abundance.
You get funnier by the day, Furball, you know that?
You have your mission, X-Men. Be on your way. There's no time to waste.
I'm glad they fixed that in the second game. Alright, so for a team here, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. For most of this mission, I'm going to actually be using Rogue instead of Storm, because Rogue kind of has a personal interest in this mission, you know, her
Rogue
being the girlfriend of Gambit. I figured I'd bring her along. Plus, Rogue is one of my favorite characters from the earlier X-Men iterations. As I've said, I wasn't a fan of how they did her in the movies whatsoever. I thought that was awful. But Rogue is still one of my favorite X-Men. Go ahead and max... I can't max that ability out yet. I'll get close to it. I'll get the ability drain, the bulletproof, which will definitely help. I want to take one off of here and get the flight. And I don't believe Rogue actually has any unlockable skin, so that's kind of a bummer. Get Cyclops upgraded here. His leadership, I will bring up one. And I'll go ahead and start upgrading the sweep, because I need that to be strong. Because if you don't upgrade the sweep, then it will do nearly nothing. Alright, I think we got a pretty good team here. And just to show you what the other outfits are. Not sure what that is for Cyclops.
Cyclops.
His regular suit in the game. His 60 suit, which I just used. His classic suit, which I like the best. This suit is also in Marvel Ultimate Alliance as his third unlockable skin. Cyber, I know you were working towards that one. That's pretty much what that skin looks like. He wore it in the 80s and in the Pride of the X-Men TV show, if anybody remembers that. With Iceman, this is his
Iceman
default skin in the game. This is pretty much
Iceman.
that same skin, but without the ice. This is his
Iceman.
60s suit, which I like the best out of these. Rogue doesn't actually have any alternate skins in this game. Wolverine, you know, this is the traditional Wolverine suit that you're used to seeing.
Wolverine.
This is during the Age of Apocalypse, I believe, is when this skin is from. And then he has the
Wolverine.
traditional suit and the Weapon X suit where he's almost naked. So there's that. But I like that one best.
Wolverine.
So that's what we're going to go with. Wait, I still have a level up to do? I thought I got everything. Oh. Bring up the striking. Alright, so I know there's a save point close to this area, so go ahead and get that taken care of. Now, apart from the 4 mains that I have in this game, that being Wolverine, Iceman, Cyclops, and Storm, the other characters that I will occasionally swap out for are Rogue, because she, if you get Rogue upgraded, she's actually very good. Same goes with Nightcrawler. But apart from those 6, and occasionally I will use Colossus, apart from those 6, really, I don't... It's not that I don't care about the other characters, it's that they're just not good in this game. Because like I said, Beast is one of my favorite X-Men, but he sucks in this game. He's so bad.
Got it.
Combo! Combo!
Alright, so let's go through here. Heal people up.
Right.
Like I said, Wolverine, he doesn't really need it. Unless you're in a jam, that is.
Soon you ain't gonna be so pretty.
All right.
Got it.
Will do.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that... Oh, I thought he fell over the edge for a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
You can't actually attack him because the other teammates are in the way. Oh, you gotta love that 2004 computer AI. And no, I am not going down there for that because that is suicide. And I have plenty to spare, thanks.
Will do.
And more over there. Alright, bring in the health packs. For right now, I think I can only hold 15. Cyclops, attack him.
I'm on it.
Okay.
Combo!
You ain't getting up from that.
Alright, and whenever you're in the sewers or during a Morlock level, they actually have their own theme music as you're hearing right now, so I kind of like that each level has got its own theme.
Booyah!
Because not a lot of games have that. Specifically the first Lego Batman game, the only theme that you hear playing is the Batman theme over and over, like the Batman theme from that game, and that's it. But I'm glad games like this varied it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to actually start to upgrade the ice shards because projectiles are going to help me out a lot.
Bring it on, Gene Joke.
Gene Joke? Is that what that guy just said?
Yeah.
Out of all the insults you could say. Cyclops, get back here, I need you.
Will do.
Combo!
Right.
Combo!
Got it.
Oh, I didn't want to use that on Wolverine.
Yes.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Will do. Yes.
Right.
You bet.
Right.
Got it.
Will do.
Okay, thank you. Got him out of the way. Move, teammates.
Right.
Oh, and the move I was showing you before about the Fastball special, Rogue is one of the people that can do that. So as long as you're standing near Wolverine, then you can hurl him right at an enemy. Actually, let's test that out, shall we? Boom! So, if you can get at the right place at the right time, the Fastball special is actually a really good move. I mean, it was partially put in there just to, you know, nod the fact that it exists.
Better luck
But
next time,
if you get it at the right place at the right time, it's actually pretty helpful.
You bet. Got it. Right.
You bet.
Wolverine, come here, I want to do it again. Oh, well, that ended up stunning both of them.
Yes.
So keep blasting him with Cyclops. The little guys just attack him with Logan.
I'm large and in stock.
No, you're not exactly large, Rogue. You're kind of small. Though you do pack a punch for somebody your height, that will give you that.
Got it.
Right. You bet.
Alright, health. Let's bring up Bobby 2. Let's bring up Rogue 1. Let's top her off, and let's top Cyclops off, and Wolverine, as usual, he's fine. Let's go to the Mainland Reservoir here. This is actually what's going to partially lead us to the boss. This works as kind of like a puzzle room, though, because this is this big room has got two small rooms connected to it, and you have to clear both of those rooms before you can progress further.
You ain't walking away from this.
Yes.
Combo!
Okay.
Combo!
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be you who's not walking away. Actually, you won't be walking at all.
You don't belong here!
Yeah. I'm on it. Will do.
Surprise, surprise!
Yes.
Right, so yeah, these energy-resistant guys really aren't that difficult, because, I mean, they're fast, but they're weak.
I need more power to do that.
These guys, you know, they're kind of polar opposites. They're slow, but they're strong.
Combo!
And Wolverine just got to level up. Oh, Rogue did too. I forgot about that. So let's get Rogue Strike up 1. And let's get her... let's get the Southern Strike up. Let's get the body up to 14. And I can upgrade the healing factor at my next level, so let's keep with the flurry attack for now. Oh, just completely missed him there.
Yeah.
This Combo! Is gonna be fun!
Good thing is I'm getting a lot of tech bits in case anybody dies.
Right.
So I think now in this mission they cost 800. Or is it 500 in this mission? I think it's 500 in this mission and then 800 in the next one.
All right.
Yeah! Who's next?
Yeah.
Combo!
Again, X-Men!
Cyclops bring his energy up. His energy's going down a lot faster than normal. I don't know what's going on there.
Bring it on, G-Joke!
Got it. Will do.
Oh yeah!
Cyclops just got to level up there.
Yeah.
Combo! Combo!
Alright, so let's bring up Wolverine. Alright, no, it wasn't Wolverine, it was Cyclops. Let's bring his strike up to 10. Let's continue to upgrade the sweep.
You bet.
Surprise, surprise!
Come on, Rogue. Oh, that actually worked.
Combo!
I didn't know how well that...
Got it.
That X attack by Rogue, I didn't know how well that was actually going to work, because it took a while to actually land.
Got it.
I'm on it. Okay.
Alright, so this area down here, once we clear out all this water, you can see that it's kind of like a staircase. So once we clear out the other two rooms,
I'm on it.
We'll be able to go down here. Oh, the energy guy got in the way. Alright, nice man, you gotta get in there first. Alright, Wolverine, you finish off the smaller guys. And that's all. So let's just save here. Whoa, what was that glitch? Let's sell all of our tech bits first, because we got a lot of gear. Or sorry, not sell the tech bits, but get more tech bits. So now I have 16,000 of those things. Let's save it here. And then once we clear out these other two rooms, we can take that staircase, because if we try to jump in there now, then that's death. So let's go into the east trunk line. Oh, and yeah, Aaron, this is that skin for Cyclops that you're in the process of unlocking right now, or that you were in the process of unlocking in that Marvel stream, the classic skin for him. That's his third skin. And then his ultimate skin was actually the skin you just saw on that loading screen right there. That's the last skin for him in that game. That's the fourth costume.
I'm on it.
Okay.
You bet.
Yeah, Cyclops' suits in that game were really good. They had his astonishing look from more modern days, his original look from the 60s that you saw when I was facing the Juggernaut, his ultimate skin you saw on that loading screen, and the classic suit you see right here.
You're done for, pretties!
And Nightcrawler's suits are the one that you save him in the Mephisto mission where he's all yellow and blue. That's his fourth suit as well.
Okay.
Just a little hint there. Cyclops is definitely one of my favorite X-Men. I don't know if he is my favorite, but he's definitely up there with the top three. Wolverine is just one of my favorite characters in comic books. Rogue I also do really like. Nightcrawler is another character I love. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but I really like Cable as an X-Men. I don't know if a lot of you guys are going to know who that character is. Cable is a character that they showed some in the 90s show. He's actually a playable character in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 game. And he's not in the X-Men Legends games, but he is in the Deadpool 2 movie for anyone who's seen that. Cable was just one of my favorite characters because I was really fascinated with his story. And when I got to play as him in the second Marvel Ultimate Alliance, finally after waiting for years to get the DLC, I was very happy that I was able to do that.
Combo!
You need a minute to catch
Oh yeah, Cable. I forgot Cable was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Okay, you think Cable's bombs were bad in Marvel Capcom 2? Cyclops' beam attack where he covered the entire screen. That was the worst thing ever. So let's max out the Southern Strike, max out the Bulletproof. Iceman, what can he do? Let's max out the Cold Smash for him. Oh, wait, apparently I didn't do something to Iceman. Oh. I mean, it was great whenever, you know, you actually did it, but if you got hit with it, you were in trouble very quickly.
Will do. Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun!
Hey, can we break through any of these walls? No we can't. Looks like we gotta go around. Move, Cyclops! And now I'm stuck.
Yes. Need more power to do that.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much like the Jinpachi unblockable from Tekken 5. That's how bad it was. I mean, bad as in how much it did to you. I mean, it's a great move, but if you get hit by it, you're in trouble.
Y'all weren't that tough.
Well, that's true. You could sidestep that one. You couldn't really sidestep the other things in Marvel Capcom.
I'm on it.
Okay, he has no energy at all, so
Right.
Iceman, you're up.
Combo!
Oh, Iceman is another one of my favorites, by the way.
No wonder the ladies love him.
Alright, and he's got the ice skate that he has in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. Although, I guess it would technically be a reverse statement because both of the X-Men Legends games came out before Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So I guess you can say those games copied that from this. Whoa, we got a big guy here.
Will do.
Combo!
Alright, and I saw the claw from that small guy, so Wolverine, you're up.
Combo!
I need more power to do that.
Combo!
So can I break through this?
I need more power to do that.
No, I can't.
All right.
Combo!
All right.
Right.
Will do. Right. Will do.
Alright, so destroy that generator there.
Right.
Will do.
Alright, Rogue, you do the honors.
Got it.
Alright, so now we're done in this room. Iceman, if you wouldn't mind,
Will do.
Can probably get there faster. Thought he could escape, but he just does a little jump. What's that about? Okay. Alright, and when you upgrade it, he's able to escape for longer. Alright, I'm pretty sure, yep, this is the way back out. So we are halfway there, being able to get down to that staircase. Fun tip, Wolverine has the most loading skins to himself out of every character in this game. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense based on how popular he was at the time of the movies. Because these were coming out around the same time. Let's go ahead and save here just to be safe. It is going to be weird to see another Wolverine on screen that's not Hugh Jackman. But, I mean, and yes, don't get me wrong, I loved Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but I'm open to, you know, him being played by somebody else. I just don't know how good or otherwise it's going to be. Oh, okay, I just see Rogue has a level up point there. So let's get her strike up one and her body up one. So that water you can actually jump into. See if there's anything down here I can take.
You bet.
All right.
Combo!
Okay.
Just use physical attacks on these guys. Oh, nice teamwork there, Rogue. Snag this disc over here, so I remember that. And the discs don't have as big of a significance in this game as they do in some of the other games like Ultimate Alliance. They have a bigger significance in X-Men Legends 2, because doing all those discs is actually how you unlock Professor Xavier as a playable character. And I know that may sound weird, it's like, what, isn't he paralyzed? Well, they have something in this game as well as that game, although in that game they don't explain it at all.
Alright.
There's a level called the Astral Plane, which is a place where only telepaths can enter. And so, people like Jean Grey, Professor Xavier, and the White Queen, they'd be the only ones that'd be able to enter there. And that's pretty much a mind battle in a sense. So Professor Xavier is actually able to stand up. And in that one mission, for that one time, that's the only time you get to use him. And he's probably the best character in the game for that one little bit. And as soon as you are done using him, and then Wolverine takes back the mantle of best character.
You bet.
Okay.
Rogue barely has any energy. I need to get Rogue's focus up.
Will do.
Wolverine got a level up, which means Cyclops won't be far behind.
Alright.
Rogue's actually pretty close as well.
Okay. You bet.
Right. Right.
Alright, so let's just have Wolverine go crazy.
You ain't walking away from this.
You really gonna threaten me, buddy? Well, it's your funeral.
Will do.
Whoa, spikes, forgot about those. Destroy that generator. Now we are 2 for 2.
Right.
I'm on it.
Keep trying.
Okay.
So keep on with the cold attacks with Iceman. Those actually do a lot more damage to the physical guys than you would think. But it does actually help. Oh, and guys, let me know if the difference between my volume and the game volume is good. Sorry I didn't ask about that before. That's just one of the toughest things to get right while you're streaming like this. So if I need to adjust one or the other, then I can do that.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
Will do. Don't have enough power.
Oh, it's perfect? Oh, nice, and I won't even change it.
Oh, I bet that hurt.
Combo!
Alright, freeze him.
Right.
Alright, Cyclops and Wolverine just leveled up, so go ahead and take care of that. I can't max out the flurry attack yet. I gotta beat the next level before I can do that. Healing factor. Yes, 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 thank you. I will gladly take that. And Cyclops, what can we do for you? Can't do the leadership yet. We can keep adding to the sweep ability, so I'll keep doing that because I need the sweep to be as strong as I can get it.
Got it.
Okay, let's bring up the map here. We're done in this area, so I'm just using it to get back to where I was going. If you press the right stick, you can bring the map to the center of the screen. Pressing it again will make the map disappear. The third time will minimize it to the right side. Usually I just like to have it on the right side, but I just brought it here so I could find my way back. Now that we've gone through both rooms, we can get back down to the staircase there, but I want to go ahead and save before we do that. Alright, as you can see now, the water is gone and we can get down to the stairs. Just want to go ahead and save quickly. Is everybody good on health?
Got it.
I'm on it.
Well, now everybody is. First, let's sell off any gear that I may have picked up. I am raking in the tech bits here. I wish Rogue would have had her 90s appearance in this game, because that's actually my favorite look for the character. She has that in the X-Men Legends 2 game, which I will get to eventually once this game is done. But yeah, she doesn't have actually any unlockable skins in here, which kind of sucks. But yeah, Rogue being one of my favorite X-Men, I was really disappointed with how they treated her in the movies. Because, you know, from 1 and 2, it seemed like she was going to have potential, and then you cure her in 3. It's like, how dumb are you to cure her in the 3rd movie? I mean, there were a lot of bad things about the 3rd movie, but that was one of the worst things, in my opinion. Let's get her toughness up, because her max health is not great. Okay, so, wait, actually, I think I was going in the right area there. Alright, first we need to find, Healer. There he is.
Greeting.
So, this guy is pretty much the better version of Forge. He can give you health packs and energy packs. So we'll get a bit of those. We'll get a bit of energy packs as well. We'll make it 8 and 8. Actually, we'll get 2 more of each. There we go. So, yeah, so he's pretty much a better version of Forge if you're looking for health and energy. And then you have Marrow over here, who is the leader of the Morlocks.
Upworlder.
So she pretty much says, "Oh, Gambit, yeah, I know him, but he's not down here." And then you find out later, spoiler, that Marrow is lying. Because you can never trust women. Which makes me question if bringing Rogue down here is a good idea. Because if any of us made Rogue angry enough, I mean, she could just, you know, tap us like that and then we'd be out. Let's have Wolverine lead the charge into the next area. We're getting close to where Gambit is. Even though that's what I was saying earlier, if you see a character on a loading screen, then that typically means they're in that map. That's false advertising only for this map, because Gambit's actually not in this room. Oh, Murphy8396, hi, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Just playing some good old X-Men Legends on the PS2.
Will do.
AKA the king of long loading screens.
Combo!
That was the thing the PS2 was known for. Whereas on the GameCube side, you had, I don't know, the GameCube was different in a lot of ways. I think it was one of the best systems, but the sales on it were not great. It had some of the worst sales. Even though graphically, it was one of the better systems. It was up there with Xbox, but out of that generation, PS2 was actually the worst in terms of graphics. And then Xbox actually had the superior graphics out of all three. And then, but what had happened was the GameCube also had limited storage and space because of the tiny discs, and because Nintendo always had to stand out. Don't ask me why, it was just a habit that they had to do. Who's my favorite X-Men? God, that's a good question. I have a lot of favorites, and I could go with the cliche answer and say Wolverine, but I think I might actually go with either. I don't know, Cyclops is definitely one of them. I think a Nightcrawler might actually be my favorite. I mean, that's just one that I am saying off the top of my head. There are a lot of characters that I do like a lot more than other people. For example, Cable is one of my favorites.
You weren't so tough.
Not only are a lot of people not familiar with that character, you know, that may be an unpopular opinion just because people either don't like him or... Wait, I just saved. What am I doing? People either may not like him or they may not be familiar with him. But he was always one of my favorites, and the way that they portrayed that character in the 90s show I thought was great. Rogue is also one of my favorites, though, as I said earlier, I hated how they portrayed Rogue in the movies. And I'm hoping that with this new X-Men MCU that we're getting, I hope they can at least do Rogue better than they did before. Okay, put out the fire, please. I really don't want to keep going through that.
Alright.
Alright, so we got little guys, leave to Wolverine. Big guys, leave to Cyclops and Iceman and Rogue. Just try not to die. Because like I said, at the beginning, when you're using Rogue, she's not great, but if you actually take time to use her and get her upgraded, then she turns into a beast. No, not Beast like Beast from this game, which, unfortunately, Beast from this game sucks. It really does. It's not that good.
Yeah.
Beast and Jubilee and Jean Grey are probably the three worst out of the whole game. As sad as that is, because they are all pretty good characters, you know, in terms of comics. Well, even though Jean doesn't really get a chance to, you know, be a good character because they keep killing her off.
Yeah.
Bring it on, Gene Joke.
Yeah, they need to come up with better insults than Gene Joke. I'm sorry, but even for 2004, and even as an insult to X-Man, that's dry. I'm sorry, that's just not good at all.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Cyclops, you're up. Actually, Wolverine, you're up, because I see the energy resistant guys there. Oh, we got a Goth. I didn't even see him. Iceman, take him. Or
you
her.
bet.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Alright, Iceman, now you take the giant. Wait, who's low on health?
No!
Rogue is low, so let's top her off.
Will do.
Right. I need more power to do that.
Oh, and for any new viewers that are here, I just want to go ahead and mention, as you can see down there at the bottom of the screen, I am here at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. every Wednesday, so in case you're ever looking for when I'm live next, it's down there on the bottom, as are my socials. My Twitter and my YouTube, and then I've got, whenever these streams get uploaded to YouTube, I put my Twitch name as well as the Instagram account that I have there as well. Okay, I believe this is the last place before the boss, so I want to be careful here. Oh, wait, I can't do anything to Wolverine. Who just leveled up? Oh, it's Iceman. What can we do here? We could start doing the Cold Crush if we wanted to. And that is actually what I will do.
You're in for a world of hurt.
Right.
That's at least a better insult than what he was coming up with before. Okay, good. I killed the Goth before she could do anything. Those black Warlock Goth characters, if you don't kill them, if there are any nearby, then they can resurrect fallen enemies, which is why I just walked past that guy. Because there are a couple over here that I need to take care of.
Will do.
Surprise, surprise!
Keep trying.
Got it.
Wolverine, get back.
Will do.
Right now the Goths are done.
Yes.
Okay.
Will do.
Sorry, I had to use that on Wolverine. He was in trouble.
Will do.
Good. Cyclops is back over here without killing himself.
You bet.
Oh, whoa, I didn't know Rogue could throw the big guys. I mean, it makes sense, I just didn't know she could.
You will never see the sun again.
Wolverine is still in trouble. I need to refrain from using him until I get these guys cleared so we can heal. Oh no, I didn't see the Goth back there. Okay, now she's done. No, I'm not going over there to get that gear, because that would kill me. Okay, come on, don't die. Okay, 2 health packs.
Got it.
Let's use them up to heal Iceman.
Got it.
And just let Wolverine heal. Rogue and Cyclops are good on health.
Right.
All right.
Just be careful with Wolverine, because I'm really going to need him in this next section.
You're done for,
all right.
pretties.
Actually, I might just... If things get too ugly, I may just... I have a backup plan if things get ugly.
Game, set, and match.
You don't belong here!
Combo!
All right. You bet.
How many of these guys are there? Goodness. Wait, the Goth, where?
Combo!
Okay, good, she's dead. Get the physicals down.
No wonder the ladies love me. I'm on it.
Okay, good, that wasn't too bad. Who needs health most?
Yes. You bet.
I'm gonna give it to Scott.
All right. I'm on it.
Yeah.
Look, fresh meat.
You were saying? Wait, did I just... Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah, the boss room is there. Alright, I thought this was going to be a lot messier, but somehow I managed to... Okay, Rogue, please get rid of that Goth.
Got it.
Oh, that was a power dive move. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that air punch he just did?
You need a minute to catch your breath?
Okay. So we got 1 health pack. Who needs it most?
Will do.
Oh, wait, I can buy him now.
Will do.
Yeah, we have healer. I can buy him now. So, let's grab a couple for this fight. We can sell these 2 things. So let's split 1 amongst these guys. And I think I should be fine here, honestly. Alright, so we got a boss coming up. And then this boss, after this boss is probably where I'll end it for tonight and then resume next week. And it's really not a hard boss at all.
Yeah.
Now the bosses after this, much more difficult, because as I was saying before, the difficulty spike in this game... Wait, let me make sure I saved. Okay, it doesn't look like I did, so I wanted to make sure I went ahead and did that. Because I know I said this boss isn't hard, but still, I just want to be prepared. Now, the boss after this, and pretty much all of the levels after this in general. Okay, I guess it did. I guess it did save. Anyway, the bosses after this, and pretty much every level after this, the difficulty spikes from a fair moderate challenge to boom, like, you know, run for your life and get out of here. The difficulty spike is insane in this game, and it happens so early on too. It's crazy. Alright, gearing up for boss. Here we go. Hey, we found Gambit!
Bonjour, mes amis. Oh, I'm fine. It's good to know a man
Gambit's
can
also
count
one of
on
my favorite
his
X-Men.
friends.
Oh, Marrow was here. She was lying.
Never! We'll fight you beauties to the death before we give the Cajun up.
Let's do this.
Come on, little
So, really, the only thing you want to worry about here, head-on attacks will work, ranged attacks will work. Just be careful of these bombs. Now, throw them at her all you like. A good thing you can do is slow her down with Iceman, and attack her as either Wolverine or Cyclops. As you can see, I'm doing a large amount of damage to her already. You can see that bomb did a bit of damage to her also. You just want to be careful that you don't hit the bombs.
Will do.
Okay, bro.
Alright.
I want to see if I can... Okay, nice. That actually did a bit of damage to her.
You're quite a disappointment.
Nice. She says we've won, but she's still doing her flip animation.
We caught him spying on us, like a rat in the shadows. I can't have some two-bit thief complicating my plans.
Oh.
Very well. But don't let us catch that Cajun in our sewers again.
Oh yeah, Marrow is another character that was in Marvel Capcom 2. I forgot she was in there. Well, there were a lot of characters in that game now that I'm stopping to think about it. Okay, I think there's a disc in here somewhere that I don't want to miss. Though I could be wrong. I don't think it's actually in here. I think it's in the next area for the Morlocks. Just searching in here anyway. Yeah, I think it's in the next Morlock area, so let's just go ahead and take Gambit and get out of here. Hey Rogue, say hi to your boyfriend. And it doesn't actually read the dialogue for you. Alright, so that's the third mission done and dusted. And instead of going back to the mansion, it just goes right back into the next briefing. So, yeah, no mansion exploration time. And after this cutscene plays, we'll go back to the menu and we'll call it here.
X-Men, I apologize for the telepathic intrusion, but from data gained at the HARP facility, I believe we've determined where the Brotherhood will strike next.
Is this the location Toad told us Mystique was so interested in?
Yes, Scott. And that location is the USS...
Oh, I hate this level.
Ain't that the new submersible aircraft?
I hate this level so much.
Indeed.
It's a good thing I'm not doing it tonight.
Are being uploaded to you now.
Because it's actually kind of a long
you don't
level,
suppose that the Arbiter is where they're keeping Meg...
Storm, I pray it is not. But you must proceed there immediately and stop the Brotherhood before they're able to achieve their goal.
Don't worry, Professor. We'll stop them. Dead in their tracks.
I have the utmost confidence you will, Wolverine. Good luck, X-Men.
I said, this is where the difficulty spikes. So I'm gonna pick my 4 mains going into this mission. There are some missions later on throughout the game where the difficulty goes down a little bit, but then it rises right back up after that. So I'm gonna pick my 4 mains going into this mission. And look at that, they're already picked for me. How nice. Let me just do my upgrades on Storm. Max the Lightning Strike, max the Lightning Fury. Get her leadership up a point. And that's everybody good to go, so here we'll just save at the first access point, which there should be one right as soon as we start, so we'll save the game there. Alright, so your whole synopsis for this mission is pretty much to stop the Brotherhood from destroying the Arbiter, and you pretty much just have to get the Arbiter crew to safety, and they're on the lower decks of the ship, so you're not there yet. But we'll go ahead and save that. Yeah, Miro took me a lot longer to beat in the past. I don't know why. It's not a really hard boss at all. In this game anyway. Alright, so we'll go back to the main menu now. And we'll let this music play here while we do a little bit of a small Q&A session. And the demo for the game is probably going to play a couple of times, so in case any of you guys haven't seen it, you'll get to. So before we end it here, does anybody have any questions that they wanted to ask? I mean, you can actually here, I'll show you the demo because it decided to go ahead and play. Although some of the spots that it shows in this don't actually happen at all. There are some spots that never actually happen, cutscene wise anyway, at least as far as I'm aware. Because there's a cutscene with Mystique that you'll see coming up that never actually happens in the game. At least I haven't been able to find it yet. Yeah, this is another fun game. And you should be able to find it for a pretty cheap price nowadays. This game, as well as its sequel, X-Men Legends Rise of Apocalypse, are both very fun games. Rise of Apocalypse I liked slightly more just because it had a much wider array of characters to choose. This game only had 14 characters, which, you know, it being the first game to use this formula, right there, that cutscene with Mystique never happens. Back to the point. The fact that this game was the first one to use that formula, it, you can't have expected too much from it because it was something brand new, it was something you haven't seen. So, the fact that they, did that, and the fact that they only gave so many characters was a little disheartening, but then in the sequel they gave you almost twice the amount of characters to use, which was kind of crazy. They even gave you people with the Brotherhood that you can play. I think in the Xbox version you actually got the most characters, which, the only differences between those two versions were, I believe Sabretooth and Pyro were playable characters in the Xbox version, unless that was the PSP version and I'm thinking wrong. But the overall plot to that game I think was much better. It was a lot more straightforward and interesting. And the whole plot of Apocalypse going after what was known as the Four at the time, which I won't go into insane detail on that here. You'll see that when I stream that game, which is actually going to be after this game is finished. That whole plot, I enjoyed it a lot more. One thing that this game really disappointed me on, something that X-Men Legends 2, as well as the Ultimate Alliance games have, they have an ability to go back to any map that you've played using an extract feature, and you can go back to any map on any act in any part of the level. In this game, you can't do that at all. So when you beat the game, that's just it. You beat the game. There's nothing left to do except to restart it. And the only difference is if you play these flashbacks that you're seeing on the screen, you get to use those skins right away, which luckily I have. But I don't know. It was kind of disappointing that you couldn't free roam anywhere after beating this game, and there are areas that it says, this area is currently inaccessible, come back later. You never get the chance to see it. It forever stays inaccessible. And you can't actually use it at all. There are some of the places, like the front of the X-Men lawn, I mean, you go there twice during a mission, but then that's it. You can't explore that part of the mansion at all. I just wish it would give you the whole mansion to explore right away. That was one thing I was kind of disappointed by, that it didn't just give you... Because if that's, your hub world, like your HQ area, then let us see all of it. I understand, with the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, what they did, you had to unlock a mission to access that area, which I understood that, but with this, not being able to see certain areas at all was kind of unfortunate. Because, if you're going to take the detail to design it, then let the people go there. There are a lot of great Easter eggs in this game, paying homage to the past comics with some of the flashbacks. I thought that was a really cool aspect. I do actually want to point something out when this demo finishes. I want to point something out on one of the loading screens. And one of the things too in this game that did disappoint me a little bit was the fact that so much of the game focused on Magma, the girl with fire abilities. So much of the game focuses on her, and I thought that was kind of a poor choice because, A, not a lot of people know who she is, and you could argue that maybe this game was to get her more popular as a character, but, it's called X-Men Legends, it's not called Magma Legends. So, I was kind of upset that they did that. Something I want to point out here on the loading screens, if I can find it. Let's go all the way down. Right here, Classic Wolverine. This thing says Wolverine 70s. This is a big error because Wolverine was not around in the 1970s. He was not around in the 70s. This is his look from the 80s. This is his 80s look. Well, not all the way through the 80s, but this was the look he had in his first appearance. This was when he appeared in the Incredible Hulk 180. That was what he appeared like, and that was in 1981, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure that I'm not wrong on that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, I am. Okay. Alright, I am wrong on that, sorry. I was wrong on that. I was getting the year mixed up. For some reason, I thought that whole collection of later X-Men was from the 80s. Apparently Wolverine was the one character that was in the 70s. My bad, I accept responsibility for that one. I'll accept responsibility for that. But yeah, all of the loading screens here I haven't locked because I've already gone through the game. Yeah, but the fact that you can go through all those skins, actually one of my favorites here that I just want to show off, that you'll actually see next time, it's the last flashback you can actually do. You have the Weapon X mission. And that's honestly one of the storylines that makes Wolverine one of my favorite characters. Just because, everything that he's been through, everything that's happened to him as a character, and he's literally been the man out of time, kind of like what they did to Captain America in the Avenger movies. Wolverine's been through the same type of ordeal. He's lived through so much, and he's gone through a whole lot of pain, and one thing that actually makes him a lot different than his clone, X-23, in case any of you guys saw the movie Logan, the little girl with the two claws, that's who X-23 is, his unofficial daughter, in a sense. I'll put a quote next to that. The difference between that character and Wolverine is all of the torment and all of the torture, the psychological abuse, everything that happened. They erased Wolverine's memories, so he remembered none of it. All of the torture and abuse and everything that happened to Laura, his daughter, she didn't get her memories removed, so she remembered every day of torture, and for a while she thought Wolverine was actually responsible for it. And that's a character that actually debuted in the X-Men Evolution show from the early 2000s, which I recommend that show to anybody who hasn't seen it. X-Men Evolution, you can find it on a couple of sites, but that show, as well as the show from '92 that ran until about '96, I believe, '96, '97. Those two X-Men shows, if anybody's looking for, an X-Men fix or to get more familiar with the characters, those two shows will give you a lot of insight as to what those characters are. The portrayals aren't too different either. Really, the only difference is in the Evolution show, they're a lot younger, like they are in the Ultimate X-Men books, which is part of what this game took aspiration of, because their costumes in this game, the default ones, are from the Ultimate X-Men series. So that's some just nice little nods that they put in there. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with what this game did. It introduced a great formula that got expanded upon, and hopefully this formula will be perfected with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 coming out in July. Fingers crossed. And I wish we could get another X-Men Legends game, because it really was fun. And in the second game, at the end of it, they left you on quite a cliffhanger, honestly. I won't spoil that cliffhanger yet, until we get to that point in these streams. But based on how the second game ended, I really would have liked to see them continue it. And it's been almost 15 years since the last game happened. Yeah, let's see if Team Ninja can deliver on it. I'm hoping they can, because Marvel Ultimate Alliance is one of the series that I grew up with as a kid, and it was just it was fun. It took most of my favorite superheroes, and I got to put them all in one team, and I got to just go crazy with them. And just honestly, kicking the crap out of bad guys with my favorite superheroes was the funnest aspect of this game. And the fact that they gave you so much to do in terms of characters, it was unlike anything we'd ever seen. And I know that there are a lot of people that hate the style of that don't like the style of action RPGs where they give you 4 people and it's, I guess, the way the game is laid out. There are a lot of people that don't like that layout. I personally love it, and I wish we would have had more games like it. We had 4 for Marvel, we had 2 Ultimate Alliance, and 2 X-Men Legends. And then DC tried to do something like this with a game called Justice League Heroes, which I may stream later on, I'm not sure. But in my opinion, it wasn't as good, really, for the fact that, first of all, you can only have 2 characters instead of 4. And I don't know, I think it was meant to play off the Justice League show a little bit, but I don't know, in my opinion, the story for that game really fell short. I mean, it had some good moments, but I don't know, there was a large stretch in between that was really jarring. The beginning was good and the ending was good, but the middle was a little tough to get through. And as you can see there, the design of Cerebro in the back, you can see that it's a little bit resembling of the Cerebro from the X-Men movies. So that was just kind of an inspiration that they took. Alright, after this demo plays, I'll call it here. I'll let it go through one more time. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for coming to the stream. It was a lot of fun to go back and play this game. This is one of the games I played a lot as a kid. This is one of the hardest games for me to beat. When I was younger, it took quite a while for me to do it, but I managed to. And I just want to share some of that experience with you guys. This is pretty much a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game with X-Men characters. I think it's a great game personally, and you guys will just get to see how it stands to the rest. So I thank you guys for coming. This was a great stream to do. I will see you guys same time, same place next week. Night Cybernetic. And just thank you guys for coming out. We had up to 7 viewers tonight, which was really, really cool. Again, anybody that stopped by, any new viewers, thank you all for dropping by. Seeing all the new faces and seeing some of the old faces are both great. Seeing people that are constantly here and that keep coming back is really great. And people that are dropping in and sticking around is also really great. So I will see you guys at the same time next week for more X-Men Legends, and I will see you guys then. See you later.